Yeah, you're thinking that you have money.
I have a little. That's right. I'm only a little bit.
All right. When we last left off, you guys had pretty much cleared out this underground temple complex, slain a few ogres, got at least one ogre who's following you around, and you're hiding out in this one room. You pop the map up. While trying to decide whether you want to head back to the village, you want to keep exploring, you want to spend the night here. I did incorrectly state last time that moving through terrain that you've already explored, I said that it does not move any faster, and that's not true. It does move twice as fast. So you're really only about 3 days from the village if you headed straight there through the same way that you came. So that may give you a few more days of exploration before you want to think about heading back. It may not. The lowest person of food is either Valis or Krugga. I think they're the lowest two. One has 7 and one has 8 days of food. And Galgrim, we totally forgot about food for your bear. So in the future, we'll need to get food for him because, it's not like he doesn't eat. He's not a familiar.
No, yeah, fair enough. I just totally spaced that.
Yeah, so did I.
The bear was raiding my food. That's my head.
The bear's been snacking on berries and shit as we've been walking along.
And, and monsters that you kill, it just eats, like the lizard upstairs, it had some, and...
Yeah, exactly. It's just, foraging.
Yeah. So, it is, I believe we decided it was middle of the afternoon-ish, and what are you guys doing?
Might need a bit of a refresher. Did we decide we're staying here tonight, or were we making good on that extra half day of travel?
No decision was made.
I thought we had said we were going to clear this out if we were going to stay the night. Just so no surprise.
Well, I think we've already done that. Did we miss anything?
Not unless there's a secret somewhere.
It's a secret. All of you have secrets.
Don't tell anyone.
Water is wet. We've got secrets.
Fire burns.
Did you know snow is water?
Krugga has a lot of secrets.
Oh, I know all about
that. There's no secrets that I know of.
Uh-huh. So, what are you guys doing?
How late in the day is it?
Said it was about midday.
About middle to late afternoon.
Middle of afternoon.
Could stay here and move some enchantments from thing to thing, so we're not lugging them about.
Works for me. I'm not quite tapped, but I'm getting there.
Could always rest early and get an early start tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll get started transferring enchantments then.
That's an entire day. That's an entire day's activity.
It is?
Yeah.
Yep. And it costs some gold.
And it costs. Technically, it costs resources, items, but since it just has a gold cost, so.
So the important question is where are we going to sleep? Lava room, the place with the beds, or the nest down by the lizard?
I might favor something that couldn't be approached from another angle when particular spells wear off and it turns out that they're quite pissy with us.
So the lizard room?
There's 2 ways into that place. The one we're looking at and then the one to the west.
Well, the lizard area where the nest was, if we go far enough in it, it is a dead end for that section. It's just a matter if you want to have an escape route behind us or just like being a little like end alley? Because all the other rooms have at least 2 doors, other than that one set.
What about the one near the entrance, the opposite to the one we're in?
Cozy.
With the skeletons, like north of us by 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a one way only. Yeah.
And it's close to the entrance, so we could just book it if we need to.
Onward. Move me, Zargan.
No, move yourself.
If we're gonna take time to rest and stuff, Zargan, I'd like to go down and harvest more meat. We have a kitchen here. Can have a nice meal.
Probably shouldn't rest until after your spell wears off on this thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna take a while to chunk some meat and cook anyway, so maybe he'll be happy if I feed him more. I can give the other 2 pieces of chalk while I'm at it, Zargan. The ones that bowed field.
They stayed back in the barracks. They're not really following you guys around.
Yeah. But I mean, like if I take Ogre Glutton 22, Thag, over there and show them what the chalk does, you know, they can start writing all over their bedroom walls. They might like it.
There's just gonna be a bunch of big dicks there, isn't there?
Probably. But I got chalk to spend, so I'm going down from 9 pieces to 7 to give them. Cool. Down to 7.
Okay.
So I'll walk Thag over there and just kind of like, hey, show them how you draw, you know, type thing. And then I'll leave him there and go harvest the meat and start making dinner for us.
Okay.
And we did talk about a little bit of skin if I can too, to try and make another piece for Krugga. Loincloth or boots, your choice, man.
Loin boots.
Anyone going with Glizzik while he's doing all this, or is everyone else going into that northern room?
I'll
I'll
go
add
with
another-
Cozy.
I'll add another northern room. I have to start getting things ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like Zakara and Glizzik will be the ones doing this. Everyone else is going to be heading up into the northern room.
Splitting the party.
Just kind of start making it more habitable.
I'll be right back.
Uh-huh.
Never say that in horror.
He left us.
I think it died around here.
So you should just surround them by a bunch of random mobs.
Right.
You mean kind of like you guys?
Lizard comes back to I'd merge it and become Glizzard.
Alright. Glizzik and Zakara. One of you, I need to roll me a survival check to see how well you skin that lizard.
You're probably better than me at that
Oh my.
if you're trained at all.
That's what you want to call it.
I am trained.
I got lucky on the roll. I'm only a +1 normally, so I will let you do this one and help by watching. Wow. I'm not learning much, am I?
You spend a good 10 minutes trying to cut off as much as you can, Zakara. I mean, you get several pieces, but this one seemed to took a lot more damage from a lot more different weapons and such. And its skin is really cut up and beat up. You only get a couple small pieces that are worth anything.
Not as much meat on this one as I thought.
Oh, there's plenty of meat, just not much skin. Not much hide.
It may be that we're making Fable a thong here.
Fine with that. He's
I
an orc.
shudder in the other room.
Might have to pair this with like a turtle shell or something to go on the front to make some sort of cover.
During that 10 minutes when Zakara's cutting off pieces of hide there, Glizik, you cut out chunks of meat.
You should have used like a short sword or a dagger. I think you're trying to cut it with your rapier. Stab. Stab.
It's
Where
more
do you
precise that way.
where and or how you plan on cooking this food, Glizik?
I thought there was a kitchen just off of the
There
lava room.
is.
Yeah, that's where I was going to aim for.
Okay.
Granted, it's
Whoops.
probably high up. I'll have to stand on the counters if it's ogre.
It is ogre sized.
Nice.
How do I reopen map? Might have forgotten how to Fantasy Grounds and did things that don't work in Fantasy Grounds for...
There, I'll just share it again. It should pop up.
Yeah,
If
thank
you
you.
double click your icon.
Yeah, on your character sheet, double click your token.
The circle one, not the square one.
Is that door still blocked?
On the southern one, yeah.
Yeah, I took the long way around. He just kind of moved me. Yeah, Valis had put furniture in front of that door.
I just moved you guys up to the kitchen area. So while Glizik and Zakara are cutting and cooking, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm making use of this little table space I got up here to get things ready for the next day. Contemplate what I'm going to be preparing in advance here.
Okay.
Is anybody still wounded that can be healed, that doesn't have the debuff?
Several people are hurt.
But I think most of them have the healing debuff from being healed from last hour.
Combat tracker.
In the battle, the treat wounds will eventually fade off. There's probably about 20 minutes left on it when you guys, decide to stay here. So you can definitely do some touching up.
We got plenty of time in the day to get a few attempts in on that at least.
Yep. Yeah, Galgrim's hurt, Krugga's hurt, Valis and Zakara are all hurt.
Nobody's actually got wounds status though, even Galgrim, because he was at
Correct.
dying through.
No, the ones that had wound status were treated.
What's it gonna take to get rid of drained?
Good night's rest.
Okie doke.
Need to fill you full of fluids. Got alcohol, don't we?
Bend over.
Like a colander he is.
Bounce, bounce.
If no one's really doing anything, just kind of relaxing, maybe do some treat wounds here. About 40 minutes after you guys split, the other three come back. Carrying some, like a large pot in that between them. They're both carrying it and having some trouble carrying it. Has whatever Glizik cooked up. Ribs?
Yeah, ribs and barbecue sauce. Mango chutney. It's a junk. We have
Dino
fruit.
chutney.
Dino chutney.
Guys, take out your little mess kits and stuff, get some food, so, sit back, relax, get a nice warm meal. I'm not sure if it's good or not. That's gonna be up to you guys and Glizik.
Oh, it's good.
Should we go find our bearers?
Our bears?
Oh yeah, them.
Oh, bearers. Yeah, they're probably still at the entrance huddling.
We should send one of the ogres to retrieve them.
I feel like they all just died.
Just pick him up by the neck like a kitten and
What
bring
makes you
him
say
back.
that? What makes you say that, Megan?
It's an odd feeling.
I told you we were upgrading the bears with the addition of the ogres. I think it's a replacement policy. On the plus side, I won't have to pay them extra. I won't even go past our 14-day window.
All right, someone going out to check on them, or
I'm waiting to roll my cooking check on my rib.
I'll go ahead and roll.
All right. So I'm using seasoned because it's cooking check and crafting.
Yep.
And if it tastes awful, I'm going to use the prestidigitation to make it taste better and smell.
The solution to all bad cooking.
That's right. Spice it. 28's not bad.
Tastes pretty good.
Damn, skip. Just like my hag mother used to make.
Wait, what?
No, it's not raw. It's not raw live worms and maggots.
Of course, those were fingers. You know?
Whatever.
You use what you got.
That's right.
I'll head out to look for them.
All right, you go out through the secret door there in that one room. It's not very secret since it's open. Go upstairs. It is starting to get. It's not dark yet, but it's definitely getting a little bit dark. You go up, up. You come out into the main area, then upstairs, up the pit area, and you kind of have to call out a little bit because you don't see them. And as you call out, look around, they do like pop out of the bushes.
In pieces.
No, they are still alive. They were just resting and staying out of sight. They weren't sure if you were coming back or not, but
I'll just kind of wave my hand for them to come down, not really
Okay.
say much, and head back down.
okay, they will follow you in. About 5 minutes later, Krugga comes back. A minute after him, come the bearers.
So they didn't die. Excellent.
Assuming you all squeeze into this room and shut the door, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's going to get real stinky here tonight.
Depends on how devastating Glazik's spirit is.
Why do you think he's not with his tribe anymore?
We're dead.
Just removing some effects on people.
Gonna do some of that healing.
I'm not going to make you guys roll
Why am I still missing 1 health?
because you're drained. Your max hit points comes down.
This is bullshit.
Actually, it's not 1, it's 4. You're right.
This is 4 times the
That's more
bullshit.
likely.
It's 4 times whatever.
That's more like it. Krugga wants to feel something. Otherwise, it's not even worth it.
Your level times your drained value.
Better than losing levels.
Or aging.
What's wrong with being Asian?
You yell bonsai whenever you enter melee combat.
And I don't see a downside.
I want a bonsai plant.
Bonsai tree.
Tree, plant. They're both plants.
Depends on who you ask. All right, I'm assuming you guys are doing a watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's an affirmative there, good DM.
All right. You guys do your normal 6-person watch. I need
what
one.
po-
What? Go ahead.
At what point do the ogres burst through the door?
I need one person to roll me a 20-sider.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, this isn't for the day events. This is just for this. Oh.
El
You
Duki.
suck.
2 ogres burst through the doors and drag off the dwarf. Everyone else goes back to bed.
And nothing of
value
value
was
was lost.
They want dinner also.
What
Hey,
they
there's
did,
more room now.
they said dwarf, but I'm still trying to figure out why they dragged off Krugga.
Hey, we
I-
ate their pets, they can eat ours, it's fine.
I laid down in the warm spot.
Wow. All right, the night goes by uneventful. Several times, you guys hear some different noises out there. You're not sure if someone's walking around out there or something, but nothing seems to bother your door or come in and bother you guys.
Thought you were about to say some weird noises from Glizik and Noxia, and I was about to drop a Pesh Pine
Welcome to
grenade
my
right on 'em.
hell. Welcome to my hell.
Now we're quiet tonight.
He took the subtle sex feat.
I
Yeah,
see
we
we're
actually went
now
out to the cage for a little while.
I see we're now going to upgrade to Red Pitch Bomb for my brain.
They're waiting
So go
for
ahead
me.
and prep your spells for those of you who prep them. Krugga, I expect a detailed list this time.
Yeah, Krugga. Wait on this damn monk and all of his fucking spellcasting features.
All right, I'm gonna prepare fear for today.
And how
Yes.
many instances of fist do you want?
I have a racial as an orc to get unlimited fistings per day.
The zigzag fist.
Whoa, so you want fisted unlimited times a day? Wow.
I mean, it's a give and take thing.
Let Brady know.
Password.
They don't call him the Imperial Fister for nothing.
Mike, like across the room, Mystic?
What's up his ass?
Yep, what issue said.
No, that's where
I'm
Fable's
done.
fist is.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go all offense this time around. No heal. So I got stabilized and that's it.
Me too.
What, you have stabilize?
No.
I can certainly try.
You can always try.
I thought Little Green Muppet told me there was no try.
It's not a Muppet.
What is he?
How dare you?
Is Phallus talking shit again? Sorry, I tune him out a lot.
Yep.
Hey,
You know how those humans are.
you're gonna hear my nerd shit and you're gonna like it.
Okie dokie.
You know when you guys have your spells picked?
Did I get my 4 hit points back?
Pick.
No,
Why?
You get
because
it.
you wake up, and after you wake up, the drained effect is gone, but you already were healed, so you're down 4 hit points. You could drink a healing potion. That'll do one hit point for you. Because that's what drained does, my good friend.
I'm good on spells. I'm just working on the abilities. I want to switch out speech for whatever the accomplice thing is. I'm just trying to find the words for it. It's basically so you can help me on scale.
Each time you get a full night's rest, your drained value decreases by 1. This increases your max hit points, but you don't immediately recover the lost hit points.
Yeah, but I have a feat that says maybe you don't, so I actually do get them.
Exactly, you don't.
It's even emphasized, the you.
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand why you don't understand this.
Why are we talking about sheep so much?
Because you want to be fisted by them?
Okie dokie. Okay, I think this is how I want to have things distributed today. Sending you the message now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. I can count.
After
1,
nine,
2. Well, after 8 is yes. No, it's not 9. It's yes.
9. All right. I will give an elixir of life to everyone, but Gliz, you'll get 2, so that you can divvy it up with your
All right.
familiar if you want.
Yep.
I'll keep 3 of them, and then the Quicksilver mutagens I'll give to our catfolk individual who can actually put them to use. The Drake hearts I'll give 1 to Krugga, and I'll have a snake hold on to the other one and then chill with Krugga. And then I'll keep the bottle lightnings on me with 1 spare reagent. Guess I need to bomb a ghost again.
Your elixirs of life aren't right. Oh no, wait. You make 3, is it?
I make 3.
Okay, that's why it's odd.
I'll make
You're
the good
missing 1.
stuff.
Well, they're not good yet, but
Okay.
I make more from nothing. I defy physics. I definitely don't defy physics.
I think the law of equivalent exchange has something to say about this.
Yeah. It's coming from somewhere.
Alphonse's body, probably.
aren't you missing 2 potions?
From what?
You have. Oh, never. You have how many reagents do you have? You have 8. That's right.
8.
Never mind. I'm thinking you have 9, but no, you're right. 8.
Nope, I did not take extra reagent from the familiar today.
He's independent.
Independent familiar.
He's gonna be a dentist.
Might slither into someone's bag and just take something out of there just because he felt like it. He gets to have his own mind today.
Uh-oh.
Valis and Galgrim, your spells ready?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You guys get up, eat some breakfast while you do your daily prep. A little bit after you're done, you're ready to move out.
I choose to prepare. Why can't I prepare? Damn it.
Action tab.
You're not a
20
wizard,
feet.
Harry.
It's set in preparation mode. I just don't want to see the 18 formulas that I'm not even going to use today. Tell me the secrets.
Take the preparation
Reveal.
tab.
Quick mode.
It's on preparation already.
Well, click
Yeah.
it again.
That shows everything.
Cycle through. If you go to combat, it should show you what you have for the day that you chose.
I chose nothing. It won't let me. That's what I'm saying. I'm in preparation mode. It doesn't let me pick anything.
You're broken.
Excuse me, can you fix our gnome?
That's because they're all picked.
How do unpick?
There you go. You just unpicked the level 2 ones.
What? I didn't touch anything.
Now they just up. Wow, that's weird. They just like loaded up blanks now.
They're not blank.
404 Noma stopped responding.
Noma's working fine. The freaking DM's not seeing shit. I'm just gonna switch to combat here. Brap. Whoa, what'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. You're the one clicking.
Well, I'll just deal with it, I guess. Some things are checked. some
All
things-
marked off like you used them all.
I haven't used a damn thing. Ah, what are you doing? Stuff. See, I saw something highlight there for a second. Are you the only one who's able to do it?
Okay, so now they should be clear again.
Still can't click them. Fantasy ground dumb with spells.
I don't know what the heck's up with your thing.
Yeah, preparation mode grazed them out.
Well, it's supposed to. Then you click on the little circle to prepare them.
Definitely can't do that. I'm clicking the circle all over it. And even clicked into the name on that one.
You're casting it.
I'm not worried about it. It's broken and I'll just keep dealing with what I've been having to deal with anyways. Probably need to address this though because I'm going to have more shit in this book than the wizard could ever hope to.
Well, I'm just saying it works right for everyone else. I'm not sure what the issue
How
your guy is.
unaccepted.
I understand how it's supposed to work. It's just not. Anyway, you can continue. It's not worth holding anything up for. Stop.
Man, I close. I got out of you. All right, so what are you guys doing? You're up. You're all prepped. You're in the room.
Want to go check out our conscripts?
Be more inclined to continue on our task. We're spending a lot of time out dealing with this, and it shouldn't take long to check on them anyway. I'd imagine we'll do that on the way out. They're not exactly subtle.
Oh, were the bears found last night or not? When I was
Yeah. They're in here with us.
Cool.
Or just didn't bring their tokens in.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Do I hear anything outside the door?
Go ahead and roll perception.
A lit fuse to a cannon.
That's a pretty long fuse on a cannon. Yes, you hear some faint snoring. Go ahead and you. Oh, no, Noel's listening. He could roll perception too.
He's just imitating what Zakara's doing.
Ah, okay.
Sounds like something or someone's asleep out there.
Or really hungry, and that's their stomach, right?
Well, what happened with the ogre? Did he leave us, or is he just asleep outside the door?
I left him in his bedroom.
Distinctly remember Chalk being involved.
Yeah, they're going to be covered head to toe probably, and Chalk does.
I'm going to creak open the door quietly.
Okay.
I think this one's Thag. How do you tell?
Well, the pictures were different. Yeah, that's Thag, and if you put your cursor over it.
Oh, no, I
That's
can
just-
tell from
that's it.
that. I meant in
Oh, okay.
person.
Oh, Thag had kind of a axe, whereas the other ones had hooks. If
You
it's
go
got a
out there,
weapon-
Zakar, and you see big ogre. Doesn't have any wounds, nothing on him. Looks like he's just laying in that corner, kind of sitting up against the wall, snoring. Big ass axe across his lap.
I think he wants to come with us.
You can tell that by the way he snores. That's amazing.
Yeah,
me
just
see.
get the power.
I walk, like, I'm assuming that it's either laying down or kind of like leaning. I'll walk right up on top of the stomach and be like, poke, 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 gently, poke, poke, poke. You awake? Just with my finger.
He kind of, sneezes a little bit, covers you with a bunch of ogre snot.
Yeah.
He
Resting
kind
his
of looks
face.
at you. His hand kind of reflexively goes for his axe, and then he stops.
I bring out one of the ribs.
Friend.
Bring out one of the ribs from last night, which is probably like old and cold, but food, and I hold it up to his mouth. Good boy. I call this breakfast.
He's basically throwing what amounts to be some
He
corn
takes the whole
kernels.
rib, throws it in his mouth, and chews on it.
Yep. Yeah, I just fed you your pet. Evil.
You are evil. All right, I'm assuming you guys heading out of the complex then?
Were we going to transfer the runes or no?
No, we don't have
No,
time.
It takes the
I
whole
think it'll
day.
take a whole day to do that.
Okay.
If you guys see that the ogre is trustworthy, they could don set armor and carry the weapon for you.
How do
It's
we not have
size-wise.
time?
Takes a literal day of downtime of dedicated work of doing nothing else, and also gold we probably don't have.
No, you guys
Fine.
have enough. You guys have enough money to do it.
Rather just wait till we get back so we're not sitting out here slowly starving off our stores.
I
Is there a
mean,
reason we
us
can't take
starving
it with
isn't
us?
an issue. I can conjure food enough for
We-
like 8 people.
We got two like mostly not even harvested dead lizards we can still keep eating too. I mean, it just died yesterday. It's still fresh. I mean, you can turn up your nose if you don't like my cooking, but it's not that old. It's
Yeah,
only
between
little
his
flies.
cooking and my foraging, and then me being able to just make food and water, we're not going to starve out here. Granted, it's a second level spell slot for me to make food and water, so
We want to take at least 2 straight days of just sitting here doing nothing else.
I mean,
Well-
no, I think it's a bad idea to do that out here because we can get moved on and doing other things.
Remember,
And-
more than one person can do it. I mean, there's 2 items that need it. Each one will take a man day of work. It doesn't mean the same person has to do them both.
Well, it's a day to take something off and a day to put something
No, it's a
on,
day
isn't
to
it?
nope. It's a day to transfer from one thing to another.
Well, what's the check?
Crafting check.
Well, I know it's crafting. What's the DC looking like?
You don't know.
Then, okay, a day if we're lucky.
No, it's a day either way.
We could screw it up though, is what you're saying. If we don't make the
Yes.
DC check and then we lose
Yes.
it.
If you critically fail, I believe only thing you lose is just the money.
I'd rather wait until we're back into a place where we can hedge our odds. Workshops, for one.
How heavy is the stuff? The suit armor and the weapon.
I mean, is bulk really a problem?
If they're ogre sized, it might be.
They are ogre sized.
So they're made for large. I'm just wondering if Thag does not make the trip back to town with us. Hi, Thag. You're fine, buddy. Keep eating. Just want to make sure we can carry it, not have to, lose it or spend a day in the jungle doing it. Are they in party loot?
Yes.
The ogre hook isn't showing bulk.
I probably didn't pull one for it.
I mean, the breastplate's showing 2. I'm assuming the ogre hook is likely the same.
No, I think the breastplate's 4.
Ugh.
Well, it says 2 pounds.
Yeah, that's a normal one.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, it's 4. Figure
Both
the
are
ogre
4?
hook's at least one or at least several. I mean, they're not huge. I mean, you guys can carry them, but you also are carrying a bunch of other stuff too.
Well, if the bearers could carry some of that too, because our food weight.
Bear
and
cannot carry
water's-
anything.
The bearers?
Oh,
No.
bearers, yes.
Yeah, I mean, the bearers could help with it if we redistributed stuff because their food weight should be getting lesser and lesser the farther we go, I suppose, too. So that would be, I guess, kind of make it okay. Sorry, I'm arguing both sides of the argument.
Quick, now argue the side you just weren't arguing. Go.
An ogre hook has 2 bulk.
Like we've just wasted more than enough time here at this point. It's not what we're here for, and we don't know how long it's going to take us to get it done. Every day we spend out here is another day closer to when we've got to turn back.
Oh, what day are we on right now? Day 4, 5?
This is beginning of day 6. Since you left the village.
And the bears were only paid up to 7 days for a week.
The 2 bears, well, 1 bear is pretty much unlimited. The matriarch granted you them. And Glizzik hired his for 14 days.
Which I can pay him for more days, but I did 14 days in advance. So we're still good.
How much weight can the bears hold?
They can carry a total of 16 bulk between the 2 of them.
Weak
And we
legs.
got the
And they currently have about 6 bulk being carried.
because we got the stuff off the one that died, right? And redistributed.
Correct.
I mean, just those 2 things would literally double the bulk that they're holding.
Yep.
And downtime can't be broken up. It has to be done all at once.
It is at one. It's like 1 day at a time, at least. If you're talking about like for the runes, no, it's like 1 day of straight time. You can't stop in the middle.
We can't do it while we're traveling either.
Of course not.
Do we have the
Okay,
formula for the rune?
You don't
if-
need the formula because you have the rune.
Bio, hear me out on this. I get carried in one of Thag's hands. You get carried in the other of Thag's hands, and we work while he carries us.
Nope.
But we're left.
To transfer runes, you just have to you have to meet all the requirements of those runes, like you were creating them. Pay a percentage of the price. Spend 1 day and make the crafting check, and then you transfer from one object to another.
So we don't have to go to a stone. We just take it to something else. So we can put
Correct.
them on something right now. Okay.
Correct. I believe if you use a stone's like is a lot faster, and I don't think you have to make a check. I'd have to look the stone up, but since you guys don't have any, I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can kill 1 day and definitely do both. 2 people can be, 2 people can do 1 each if that's what you wanted to do. But you are gonna waste, spend a day doing it. But that's up to you guys, how you want to spend your time.
I've already put my side out there. It's pretty much up to the rest of the group to decide whether we are or not. Takes more than one voice one way or the other. We got 6 people in here.
I vote no.
Know what?
Just
No, we don't waste the day.
I mean, it's not wasting a day if you're doing something, but
I mean,
So,
the only thing we'd be doing is doing both the rune transfers, right?
2 you would, yeah.
So so the other 4 of us would be sitting around.
Probably do nothing.
I could actually make more arrows. I'm running low.
Okay, well now it's more convincing to spend time if other people can do things.
We're eating a lot of time with a whole lot of not answers going on, so let's just go around the group and get an answer.
I vote we stay to work. Permanent stat increases could help us.
Fable.
I don't care either way, but I will not be carrying those things.
Raz.
I say we move on. We'll have plenty of time later. We have no
Well,
idea, and we have no idea how long it's going to take us to get to where we're trying to go. So I'd say move on.
Paulus.
We could just stash it and move on and retrieve it on the way back. We have to go back here anyway.
Glizzik.
I was
That's
hoping
okay.
to carry it with us if we're going to leave. I'd be okay with either one, but I think we should take it with us.
Okay, so it sounds like we're not spending a day transferring them. Because we got 1 yes, 3 no's, or 3 do it laters. So even if I vote yes, it doesn't matter. So it sounds like we're moving on. Now the
Yeah.
question is the ogre friendly?
Heck yeah! I got him
Okay.
eating out of my hand.
Then can we see if he can
Literally.
carry that stuff? And do we trust him to carry that stuff?
Pile it on. If he really wants to take off with it in the future, well, we've put down plenty of ogres already. Bears aren't going to be overburdened by having to carry it at the end of the day, right?
No, but they would be near capacity then.
But not quite there.
No.
Sounds like.
Okay, so give the shit we want to the bearers because we can kind of trust them a little bit more than we can trust the ogre, and let's move on.
All right. All right. You guys, then I'm assuming you guys are leaving this complex then?
Do we want to see if the other ogres want to come with us, or we're good with just the one?
They didn't want to leave their room with us yesterday.
I don't know. Real quickly, I want to see what chalk drawings they did and see if they are favorable as well as this one or not.
All right. You kind of run back there. They didn't really do a whole lot. You do find the chalks like smashed and crushed, and they're not in that room.
I got an AFK minute.
Yep.
They must have went wandering. So do you want to look for them or just go? I get the feeling Hook will want to move on.
I'll just go.
All right, I'll hold on to like Thag's like index finger and just kind of pull him this way, like towards the exit or entrance, however you want.
Okay. And you guys head out. Let me kick you off this map. Put you back on this one. All right, we're back to the overland map. So, I need somebody to roll me some dice. I need 2 20-siders,
So Naughty, that's you.
and I believe it's Naughty's turn.
What? Ready for the second one? Or you want
Yeah, go ahead.
to sense the fourth?
Wow. All right, you guys come out expecting, you went in when it was all misty and, previous days of rain. You come out and the sun's shining and it is nice and hot.
Great.
I hate it. I like snow. I hate it.
Yeah, perfect day to hit the road again.
Which way are you guys heading?
Stay the course, right? Nothing
Northwest
diverting
still?
us. Where's that map we picked up?
In party inventory?
Let's see.
I'd like to retrieve my umbrella. to keep the sun off. Or make a new one if I have to.
You can retrieve it.
Ride on Thag's shoulder holding the umbrella to keep the sun off him too.
No, you're not doing that.
You tried not to.
Now I feel bad. He's gonna get sunburned ogre.
Soger.
So he'll be crisp.
All right, onward. We got a lot of ground to cover. We're not even, ain't even a sixth of the way across this island.
So keep heading north, northwest the way you have been.
Take it away, Druid.
Yep, that's where we're going. North, northwest.
Get the show on the road. Tired of looking at ogres.
Shrek will have his vengeance.
Are rolling anything for navigating, or
Do you have the spell that tells you which direction is north?
yes?
Then no.
Okay.
All right, you guys spend the entire day hiking through the thick jungle. You cover about a hex and a half. And nothing. Don't really, I mean, you know, there's some birds and stuff, but no encounters at all. It's nice and hot. You are sweating your butts off. And the knoll's doing nothing but bitching the entire time. But day goes by relatively peacefully. I'm assuming you guys set up camp.
Make it so.
Fire or no fire?
Is it raining?
No.
No, it's a nice sunny day.
Nice sunny, about 105 degrees.
If you want to do like a small cooking fire and then put it out, because we don't need to roast overnight, do we?
Maybe a fire to cook with for the evening and then put it out. I have produced flame, so I'm assuming that's not going to be an issue to start a fire.
No. All right, you guys get a small fire going. Glizzy's going to cook some food. You guys donate some rations and stuff, and he'll start cooking it up. You guys eat your warm meal and put up your tent, head off to bed. Galgrim, I'm assuming you're making a shelter for yourself. What about you, Krugga? Are you making one for yourself?
Mm,
Or are you sleeping under the stars again?
I'm sleeping underneath the
Ogre.
hide of the
Okay.
lizard.
Okay. You guys do your overnight watches. And the night goes by peacefully as well. Nothing seems to bother you.
This isn't how we get experience, Sargon.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. You guys are rolling. What you guys
By
do.
the way, just as a reminder, just so I was basically anytime we do stop and rest, I'm throwing up an alarm if I still have it.
Okay. I mean, that's not that big of an area, but...
Well, no, but if we're all kind of clustered together in tents and stuff, or at least for myself, then if something's attacking, it'll wake me
I
up.
understand.
Just right trigger in the middle of the night.
Better
just
than
off.
nothing.
Okay. Like I said, night goes by peaceful. Everyone does their watch. I mean, other than strange nocturnal animal noises, nothing seems to bother your camp. You guys get up in the morning, do your preparation. If anyone wants to change a spell or anything, just go ahead and do it real quick. And then I need someone else to roll me 2d20.
Who did it first originally?
That would be me.
I'll
Got
do
through the
it.
whole list, right?
I have a list. That was rad.
Oh god, he rolled a 27. We're all gonna die.
I'm happy for whatever the 20 is. I'm a little terrified
Okay.
about the 7.
Yeah, it's 20 ogres.
All right, you guys get
Black
up
dragon.
to a nice steady rain. Good job, Raz. You brought the rain back.
That was me.
Could be
No,
worse.
I summoned
Raz
Wow.
started out with the storms.
And Valis will end it with a storm.
I mean, if you want to blame him for it.
Clearly, the both
Oh,
of
I
us
am.
have discovered the true method of rain dancing. It involves a lot of bitching.
Cowering in the corner from the weird goblin sex they had to witness.
All right, Raz, I need you to roll me a d6.
Blah! It was almost a 3, but it's 4.
Ah.
4 Kruggas, please.
4 badass orcs. All right, I'm assuming you're heading the same direction then, unless otherwise stated.
Yeah,
Sure,
let's
yeah.
move it along.
All right, you guys keep heading northwest through jungle. I mean, half cutting your way through, moving around stuff. You're starting to get ready to start look for an area to camp. And Galgrim, since you're in front, as you're looking
I
for
get
somewhere
hit with
to,
the bear trap.
since you're looking for somewhere to make a camp, you kind of step and you hear a crunch. Doesn't sound like a stick broke or nothing. More of a crunching noise. You kind of stop and look down, and you notice you just stepped on the skeletal remains of like a humanoid foot,
Is there another?
destroying it.
Is
You
there-
kind of look and you follow it to off about a foot away, and behind a couple feet, under some bushes and stuff. You see the rest of a skeletal corpse.
Hi, Chibi.
Hey, Chibi, roll
Hi,
me a
Chibi.
perception. Roll me a perception, Galgrim.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. It's like one of the 2 things I'm good at.
Everyone's trained in perception.
He said one
I
of
am
the 2 things he's
expertise
good
in
at.
perception, though.
Expert.
Whatever.
Not one.
I was waiting for it.
That would have been hilarious.
You see, as you kind of look around, you see 3 other corpses, Galgrim, thrown about this like small little area in the
Okay,
bushes.
tell everybody else to hold up. And I ask Raz to come up to the front.
I'll go up to the front.
Do we see these as well, or?
Nope, not yet.
Hey, Raz, what do you make of this? You're the most medically trained. Everybody else, keep your eyes out for just a minute.
What them bones look like?
What do you? I mean, they look like humanoid bones. What are you trying to figure out?
First I'd like to ascertain what might...
Is there a visible wound?
Is there any
marking
sort of
at
like
all?
damaging to the bones, like something was gnawing on them, or if anything with of that nature? or
Okay,
if there
roll
was any
me a
sort of-
medicine.
Say, can I assist him with that roll?
You can try if you want to roll medicine as well and get a 20 or higher.
Well, I can roll nature, right?
Why would you roll nature instead of medicine?
Because I have the medical skill that lets me use nature instead.
That's for treating wounds, not for identifying corpses.
Okay. Well,
I can use crafting.
he can use crafting for that, but I can't use nature for that?
Nope.
Okay, well, I still have medicine decent, so I'll try to help.
Mine is not through a feat. Mine's through a feature.
Oh, God! I thought that was the one for... Oh, my God!
All right, Raz, you can
I
go
think
in
it's
and
the
roll
first-
yours with a +2.
I think it's the first time that, like, pause and then rolling over at the last second's been beneficial.
Adjusting for +2 and rolling my craft. Absolutely average.
It's actually only +1, but that's fine. All right, you kind of take a step or two off to the side from where the leg is, from the one Galgrim stepped on. You find the rest of this body. Looks about human size. I mean, there's like no meat left on it, just skeletal remains. Its head is missing.
Ah, well, there's your problem.
And the one shoulder, and like the shoulders, like where his head be, looks like something bit and like ripped off his head.
Obviously, ghost tigers.
On the corpse, you see a heavily corroded and rusted longsword still in its left hand, and the rest remains of a breastplate and a shield on him as well.
Can I do something similar with the state of that equipment to see if they suffer any sort of battle damage through weapons, maybe through like a craft or something? As if I was to assess it for repairing.
Oh, you don't have to roll. It's not repairable.
Well, just more seeing if there's battle damage on it or if it looks like something got the jump on them and left the armor as...
Oh, the weapons were, his weapon was in his hand, so definitely looks like maybe he was in combat.
Well, it's my professional medical opinion that this individual missing a head was likely the cause of death.
Give me a perception, Raz, while you're up there now.
Thanks, real eye-opening.
Sometimes the simplest solutions are the solution. All right. I never roll perception, so let's see. Nope, that's initiative.
Just skills.
You should reach back and grab the ladder really quick. Not even shake it just slightly.
Oh.
Right.
Not anything dangerous. Just a little
Then she falls through the tree, pushes the tree through the window.
Sets
Then
the house
tomorrow
on
they're
fire.
on your doorstep beating the hell out of you, Mystic. All right, Raz, you don't really see anything else in the area.
Can we check the rest of the bodies and see if there's? If the one had rusted shit on it.
Are you pointing them out to everyone?
Yeah. Now that I know there's not. Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god, it's a headless corpse.
Yeah.
I would like everyone except for Galgrim and Raz to roll me a perception.
That's DM speak for there's something important here, but you two fuckers rolled low.
Click.
Why you're... Don't trust me at perception rolls. Alchemists are terrible at perception.
Easy, let's go.
Hey, Glizzik, what did you maybe find?
Say, I consulted the bones of the skeleton. This is like my favorite terrain, is it?
Exactly. Bones.
Hey, Naughty, you need to ask your daughter about bones and no bones days on TikTok.
You guys
every time
kinda-
you say that, it reminds me of it.
You guys kind of come up and start looking at the bodies as Galgrim points them out, and you guys find a total of 6 corpses here, 6 skeletal remains. I'm not gonna make you roll for all of them. The first one you found out was his head's missing. The second one also has a rusted breastplate and it's missing a large chunk in like his shoulder area, and a large chunk of his rib cage and like his entire shoulder and arm are gone. Same thing, like something ate it.
Is this like, are these like chomp bits of missing
They look like
pieces?
it might have been, yes.
Do they look more consistent to the giant thunder lizard we saw, or something smaller like the frilled lizards?
You're not really sure. They are big bites, but you're not sure if it's just that one you saw, or maybe there's other things that could have done too. But something of that size. The frilled lizards that almost ate Noxy and that they don't seem big enough to do this kind of damage.
Right.
The second corpse has there's a rusted mace next to him. Looks like he has there's a slightly tarnished silver medallion on under his armor and around his neck. There's another body that has some remains of rotten, moldy, studded leather armor and a broken bow. There's a quiver on the back with some arrows in it.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Another body looks to be shorter, Galgrim size. Not much left of him except there's a rotten belt pouch and stuff that may have some stuff in it. The fifth one is kind of Krugga size. The only thing you really find near him is remains of a rusted great axe. And the last body, small, kind of like Glizzik and Noxia. And you wearing some like moldy, ruined leather armor and it has a couple pouches.
Oh, let's roll what we can here. What's the amulet? If I grab that, is it depicting any anything in particular, like a holy symbol or?
Is it rusted or anything else like the rest of everything else?
No, the medallion is tarnished. As you kind of wipe it off, you notice it's probably made of silver, and it has a faint image of some sort of sun, of the sun on it. You don't recognize it though.
So it could be one of the 17 gods of the sun.
It's probably Baal.
18.
Did anybody prep detect magic?
I did.
Isn't that a cantrip?
Yeah.
You're an ass, Krugga.
Yeah, but you have to choose it.
You have to prep it.
I have a
Okay, can you cast it, please?
no. I'll use detect magic. After I tell Galgrim no.
I mean, that's fair.
So, Zargan, because there's 6 bodies and 6 of us, which is the one that was missing the head of the different types of bodies that would match up with us the best?
Probably looks like a fighter type.
A Krugga. Okay,
So
we're
a
good.
Krugga.
No, there's a Kruger-sized one. He still has his head.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
Look at
lost
that.
their head in this.
Basically, there were
well-
There were two humans, a half elf, a dwarf, a half orc, and a halfling.
Well, the next one to fit the bill there on Musclies would probably be Valis, actually. Valis is the one missing his head.
All right, Valis, you cast your detect magic. Let me see what that does.
It says yes. That's it.
There is indeed magic here.
Looks like a group of people who didn't run from the big-ass thunder lizard.
You get a few pings from the party, but from the corpses, you get several pings. This leads you to. Let me see here. Nope, not that. Basically, it leads you to the quiver full of arrows. You walk over there, kind of dump the quiver out. 9 of them, like as they come out, are covered in rot and mold and kind of break. But 6 of them seem to be in excellent condition, and all 6 radiate a faint magic
Arrows of slaying. All right.
of orc slaying. But nothing else really registers that you can see.
Alright. I guess I'll hand those off to Zakara since she uses a bow.
Might have to identify those first if we get a
I'm gonna put
chance later
this
tonight.
stuff into the party loot. You also find, I'm assuming you go through all the pouches and stuff.
Yes.
Which
Yeah, we're
lets
loot
you
goblins.
which lets you find a vial of some kind of liquid that is also magical. It was buried beneath a bunch of shit that you couldn't see, and a bunch of coins that are tarnished and shit, but you kind of scrape the mold and the rot off them and can identify them.
Sparkle, sparkle.
While,
Take a-
while they're like rolling the bodies and such, can I find the highest tree that's nearby and climb it?
You can try.
I will find the nearest tree and climb it.
It's about 5 feet away.
It's gonna,
I found it.
it's gonna take you a minute. I saw those climbing rules. You climb slow as fucking Pathfinder.
You gotta climb all the way up to the top, or what's your goal here, Krugga?
I want to climb to the top and kind of get a idea of our surroundings. The map that we found, it shows it's just surrounded by mountains, so maybe we should be heading toward a mountainous region.
Okay, make me an athletics.
I'll start off with an assurance just to see what happens. It'll give me an 18.
Okay, it takes you a few moments, but you know, it's not, these trees aren't, they're not like, well, it is raining, but it's not storming, so it takes you a minute or two to start to get up there. Once you get up there, there's branches and stuff and vines and stuff you can hang on and climb right up the top. It probably takes you a good 10 minutes to climb up out, into the canopy. This is probably 50, 60 feet up. It's not super easy going. You get up there, up to the top, kind of poke your head above, out of the foliage, and look around. Roll me a perception. you don't know if it's the rain or you don't see any mountains or nothing around you.
Have to check tomorrow when the weather's better, I guess.
So I threw a bunch of stuff into the party loot. Several vials that are unidentified. There's a book. There's some more gold nuggets in one of the pouches. There's some... we'll see how this works. We'll see if this works. Let me link it into chat. Click on that link and see what you guys can see. I'm not sure what all it'll show you.
Nothing. Oh, wait, there we go.
Does it give you all the items, everything, or not? The names?
No,
And
it's just a
money.
vial of red liquid, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's what the new stuff you found on these corpses is.
Plus money.
Plus money. The money's already added into the party loot.
Cute.
There's a journal.
Yeah.
Give me those vials. I'll see what we're looking at here.
I'll take a look at the journal, see if I can read it.
It's a leather-bound book, you know, covered. There's some mold on it, and definitely water damage. If you open it up, and it's a nice flowing handwriting, but you cannot read it.
Question, while Fable's climbing up the tree and back down, can we identify an item in 10 minutes? Well, he's taking that much time to get up, probably close to that to get back down.
I mean, you won't be done by the time he gets back down, but
We'll be close to it, right?
be about halfway through, yeah.
It's important to identify it before I get there.
Okay, well, can I grab one of the magic arrows? I'm assuming I
You
can't do
can.
all of them, right?
There seems to be 3 different types.
Okay, well, whichever one has the most, I will work on that one.
Okay. So for those of you who are trying to identify something, throw it into chat in FGU, what you're looking at. So everyone but Krugga can be looking at something.
Well, I'm just holding up the journal and asking, can anyone read this?
I'll come over and take a look at it.
Unless you pulled it off the dwarf, I'm going to say no.
Nope, she pulled it off the one with the broken bow and all the arrows.
Okay, then no.
I will give a passing glance while I'm setting up my stuff to do a vial. Just to see if anything
You all
looks
kind of take a
familiar.
quick look at it. None of you recognize it, although Raz, it looks similar to Sylvan, but it's not Sylvan.
Damn dialects.
It's Western Sylvan.
I can't help it. You guys don't fucking speak any good languages.
Could, you
Pick
know,
all the
pick,
important ones.
Well, can I
Oh,
glance at it and see if I recognize words? I know I won't have time to read it, but
No, you don't recognize it.
no, I was going to say, I don't think so.
Nope, that's it for that.
seems to be in some sort of elvish.
Fuck you.
Curly Q script. Blah.
All right, Galgrim, go ahead and roll me your nature skill. No. Is it? Yeah, no, it is nature for you, 'cause
Nature's my
that's
strong
primal.
suit. Fuck.
Wah, wah,
Doo-doo,
wah.
What do I do? Break the arrows?
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Definitely an arrow of orc slang.
He's like holding it too close to his face and he stabs himself in the eye.
Aw.
Arrow
Oh,
of
that was an
dwarf
arrow of
slang.
dwarf slang.
Hey, this looks like ow! It's an arrow of blindness because you just poked your eye out with it. You have no clue what this is.
Yep. Ranger shit. I just kind of throw it up in the air over my shoulder.
Glizzic.
I think it's for a cross.
Go ahead and roll your occultism.
Quick question. Because I have a thing for identify magic-y things, it's abilities. Oddity identification. If it is cultism, identify magic with mental possession, prediction, or scrying traits. I get a plus. Does make
If the traits are what? Because you keep popping in and out.
sorry. Under my abilities, it's
Yeah, it says something about if something has a certain trait.
yeah, +2 circumstance bonus to occultism checks to identify magic with mental possession, prediction, or scrying. If it's
Okay.
some sort of like fortune telling type stuffy.
Has nothing to do with that.
Okay, cool. Ha!
You have no idea what this is.
They are blood crystals.
And what were you looking at, Raz? I know you said something, but you didn't put it in the chat.
Sorry, I was also talking to the wife. I missed that part. A vial of viscous black liquid is what I'll start with because it's going to take a separate check for all three.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a
Now,
crafting check.
okay.
All right. As Krugga comes back down, you guys are looking at this stuff, trying to identify some stuff. Raz, you are the only one so far who has had any luck. You're looking at this, and you've never dealt with this, but you've heard of it. It's called black smear poison.
Black spear poison.
Smear.
Black smear poison.
It is now identified in the party loot. There's 2 vials of it.
Maybe
It's
that's an
a
updated
weapon poison. You put it on a poison. You put it on a weapon.
Do you smear it?
You do. You smear it on like a blade.
It's like s'mores, but poison.
Black smear poison. Oh look, even lower DC than my first poison.
Oh, it's only like a level 2 item.
Great, mine was level 1. Enfeebled's not bad though.
It's enfeebled too.
Enfeebled 1, enfeebled 2. Gotta get it to
All right.
land though, so that's the kicker. But we got some poison.
All right. Like I said, it's about the end of your days of travel. I mean, this isn't a great area, but it's not a bad area if you want to set up camp here among these skeletal corpses.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I figured you be culling them.
Spruces the place up.
I'm
for
not
a
that
little.
kind of necromancer.
Oh.
Well, if that's what folks want to do, I'll use the opportunity to do the vial of red liquid as well. Squeeze in another 10 minutes at some point once tents are put up.
Remove all the battle medicine stuff. So you guys have all the arrows yet, the 3 different types of arrows. There's another vial. There's
I'll do it.
another vial. Well, there's several vials.
I'll start on the arrows.
You mean several vials? I only saw the 3, right?
Well, there's a vial of the red liquid,
Huh. I'll do that one next because I just need 10 minutes.
and then there's a unknown vial.
Oh, at the bottom.
Yep,
Throw
then
it on
there's
the pile.
Then there's the 3 groups of arrows. There's the scroll tube no one's looked at, and you guys have looked at the journal but couldn't make heads or tails of it. And the blood crystals, whatever those are.
Yeah.
I'll before getting settled in for the night, I'll start. I'll pop the scroll tube and see what's in there first. Chuck it at Valis if it's his persuasion.
All right, it's a leather scroll tube. You open it up, definitely has some water damage in that. You pull out a map.
Water bending.
Is it a regional map?
It is not a regional map.
You suck.
Is it a local map?
It is this.
Black map.
You can't see anything?
Can't see nothing.
Now I
Obviously,
can
Zoom
see
out.
somebody spilled ink all over it.
Oh.
I have several questions.
If you cross-reference the one with the other, we're super
So-
far away from where we need to be.
So you can see parts of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had to zoom in.
Who made
Okay.
this map? Who only viewed like a square kilometer of area?
A
and
lot
then
of the
4
areas
square
that
kilometers?
are not shown are water damaged.
Makes more sense.
Let's just say they must have had an airship and just
Right?
landed every once in a while. Yep.
That map is in the party loot called a map scroll. Nope, that's the other map. That must be that's the scroll tube. Has a link to the map in there.
Is there any X on this new map that I'm not seeing because colorblind?
There is. In the center island at the north one, within that lake.
It's actually a different X than the X on the other map we have.
But this does tell us something important. We got a trek. I mean, for this random map that we found, assuming there's something there. But it's as good a lead as any. More we could get from Anders and the frickin' locals. They wouldn't even give us the courtesy of an X.
So basically you have 5 unknown items yet. Well, but 5 different types of unknown items. You got 2 vials and 3 groups of arrows.
Give me that older vial first.
I'll look at the arrows Galgum cocked up.
Okay.
So I am not helping with the arrows because
They be arrows.
You looking at the red liquid or the unknown vial?
The unknown one since we've had it longer.
All right.
I'll look at the
And
red one
Ooh,
then.
go ahead and roll that. Go ahead, Raz, roll your crafting.
whoops, I might have chucked that too hard. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
In the box. Consistency.
Damn! All right, you made your which one you looking at, Algrim? The other vial?
If it is an alchemical item, he needs to have alchemist's tools to identify him.
I know. Galgrim, what were you saying you're looking at?
I'll give a shot at the other red vial.
Okay, go ahead and roll your nature.
But if it's a potion, then he don't need shit. Oh, I almost saw that one again.
All right, you succeeded. And Valis, go ahead and roll your Arcana. Your Arcane.
Sparkle magic.
Gotta stop scaring me with these like edging 2s and 1s.
All right, this round, people are a little smarter. You're settled down in your campsite, and you get some successes.
People get smarter when Krugga's around.
That's
No,
I'm not
not.
sure.
Hey,
You
Krugga,
can't think of it
this
that way.
Hey, Krugga, does this taste like arsenic to you?
All right, the group of 3 arrows are known as sleep arrows. They are now identified.
If you shoot someone in the head with it, they go to sleep.
For a very long time.
The
I
vial
know,
of
good magic.
the vial of red liquid is a healing potion. It is identified. And the unknown vial, it was the hardest thing to identify. And
Like
it's more-
hell it was.
It was. You needed a 20-something to do it. A 24.
A 24 little bitches, maybe.
And it's identified way at the bottom.
My cat is now in the way. She's just staring at me.
I think I think you guys will like that one.
Ooh.
I drink it.
Okay, now look, that's a real DC. Hey, Krugga, you got how's your stomach feeling right now? That wasn't arsenic after all. That's something much worse than arsenic.
I just have to roll a 15. That's fine.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 11.
I would die.
I thought I meant 15 total. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Now this ain't no freaking little itty bitty bug juice. This is some good shit here.
It's also injury. So you could feed it to somebody or put it on a weapon.
Yeah. This will straight up kill someone.
The sleep arrows, I'm assuming Zakar is looking at those. If you hit a target, they have to make a save versus DC 17, or they're affected as if they were put, by a sleep spell. So it does damage plus possibly sleep. And the potion was a lesser healing potion. Not a whole lot, but it does 2d8 plus 5 hit points.
Can I look at the one arrow by itself?
You can, but you could. You have no way to identify it.
I can't use Arcana?
I guess you can. Your DC is just going to be higher for you. So roll your best of the 4.
I think all you need is to be trained in something to try to identify it. Assuming it doesn't take like a toolkit.
Now, there's no such thing as an Arcana toolkit, but so you want to roll Arcana, Occultism, Religion, or Nature, whichever one's your best. Oh, you got 20.
Those my words of
Indeed.
encouragement.
Oh, damn, you succeeded.
Arrow of Disintegration.
It's called a Viper Arrow, and it's identified in the party loot now.
I can't identify anything.
That's not aerodynamic.
But you hit somebody with it, and it turns into a snake.
But if I shot someone with an arrow, I'd want them to be stuck with an arrow, not with a snake.
It's not called a snarrow.
Narrow.
So you got
The Viper then lands in an open space. It just plops onto the ground.
right next to him. And it's probably pissed at that person for being in his way. So you have the blood crystals and 2 arrows left. 2 arrows are the same.
I'll look at the 2.
What's 2 arrows? Go ahead and roll. Damn, a 27. That'll get you a level 10 item. These are not level 10 though.
They're level 12.
Arrowmorn.
These are called vine arrows. And they are identified.
Now we're playing some Dark Messiah. Jesus.
Oh, there's all kinds of different arrows in the book. Some of them are pretty cool.
They've got like freaking spell storing arrows too.
Yeah.
Those are pretty neat.
So the only thing that's left that's not identified is those blood crystals. 3 vials of them.
What, can someone not figure it out?
Only one person has tried.
I can't
Hand
try
him
again.
over. While Valis is doing arrows, I'll give him a go.
All right, roll it.
What am I
Oh.
rolling?
Crafting.
Crafting. I'm crafty. Well, it had to happen eventually.
That's the same roll I had. 3.
You have no
Yeah.
idea.
Obviously.
Shiny.
Rock
That's what they
Well,
Rock candy, yeah.
And since the goblin magic and the alchemist can't figure it out, maybe nature can help us.
Go ahead.
Probably not.
comes the 3.
Captain Planet, motherfuckers!
It is kind of strange for the druid to know what these are.
He has a
These?
6 pass.
This is blood crystal. It's like a drug.
Sketchy. That's why you can't go into city.
That's why you can't go into cities.
It is
Yeah, that's
identified. So you guys can go ahead and take a look at it, see what it'll do for you.
The bears' mule.
Ooh, I can cast a single random
Yeah.
cantrip for one day? Hell yeah.
All you gotta do is breathe deep, Krugga.
That's if you don't have any magical talent, Krugga.
My key rush is technically a focus spell. So
You have no magical talent. That's a monk ability.
you're a monk ability.
I am.
There's 3 doses.
3 vials, yes.
So we would be if we took all 3, we'd be able to get a 3rd level spell.
You could.
So when you say single random cantrip, you just roll?
Yes.
I consider this a friendly reminder from a guy who delves in a lot of chemicals.
So,
Probably not seeing the downsides here.
what'd you do? I hit the boss with stabilize.
But it's a drug, so I'm assuming there's some sort of downside.
What was that?
It said it's a drug, so I'm assuming there's some sort of downside.
This is not a magical contraption. It is alchemical in nature. It is. It's considered a controlled substance, definitely.
Can I recall knowledge on blood crystals? Like society it?
Sure.
Can I be all like, is there like a freaking blood crystal trade, or is this just like low-key stuff? I'm curious. God, well, here we go, back to sub 10. I had my good run. It was fun, guys.
I mean, now that you kind of know what these are, because you've never seen them before, you back in your days in the war,
In the war.
there was some trade in this in the different units between the spellcastery types. Some people swore by it. Some people did not. Some people wouldn't touch it no matter if it was free. But there definitely was a black market trade in this during the war.
Probably means there's still a market for it somewhere these days.
I'm looking at the stages, trying to understand. Because it says it lasts up to 24 hours.
Correct.
It's a hell of a ride.
Basically, when you pop one, you make a save. And if you pop one, like you pop one today, one tomorrow, one the next day, you can get the stage keep going up, so they become more effective.
So what I'm hearing is reverse engineering. Okay.
I wish. I've already asked about that.
What? You can.
What? That's not what I was told.
You can
I was
reverse
told
engineering.
I was told I needed the inventor feat, which has nothing to do with having the original compound.
I don't think so. If you want to create it on your own, you have to have the inventor fee. If you have like that rune of like the rune on that breastplate, if you wanted to, you can take it apart and roll. If you make the roll, you get the components, half the value of it, and you learn the formula. But if you fail the roll, you get half the components and you don't learn the formula. Same thing with these alchemy stuff that you're finding. There's a chance you can reverse engineering as long as you have something to reverse engineering from.
Well, all of this stuff now belongs to me.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's more useful to give to him to see if he can make more of it. Because if he can make more of it, that's going to be useful down the road.
When a potency rune and a black smear venom love each other very much.
Well, the potency runes, in a decent sized town, you could probably just buy that shit. That's pretty common.
Decent sized towns don't exist, Zargan.
You've been in several. In fact, you don't want to go to one because you're a wussy boy.
I don't want to go to one particular metropolis, thank you very much.
What the fuck did you do?
Poison the welded.
Mind your own business.
We're gonna find out.
It's okay. You and I can hang out outside the town because fuck that.
War crimes don't exist. They weren't
War
real people.
crimes don't exist. They are highly exaggerated. They were French.
Bullywogs? Is that what we're talking?
All right, are any of these items being divvied up right now?
I mean, the drugs we'd give to Bio if he wants to take them.
Now we can just
But
keep them in the
like
group loot for now, because I can't do anything with them right now anyway, even if I wanted to.
Remember,
pretty sure I'm gonna need a lab for that one.
If something's in a group loot, that means if whoever's carrying it, it's stowed away. It's not really usable in combat because no one really has it.
yeah. Zargan, is there a feat somewhere, and it might be down the road, where you can use oversized weapons?
There is.
Probably. It's also in a large spell.
Yeah, I know that 3.5 had that, so...
You've got an archetype that does it, I know, and I think there's feats as part of that like Titan Mauler or something like that's the name of it, where you can use bigger weapons than you normally would. Also, there's a barbarian class that does that as well too.
I'm tagging the arrows as Zakara, because I don't think anyone else uses a bow.
No. So if I die, I'm coming back to the barbarian, so I can use that +1 ogre hook.
I can chuck an arrow. I make no guarantees if I'll hit it with my
Telekinesis.
God.
with
Now, if he
that
misses, it doesn't use up the charge, right?
Sure it does.
Dang it.
Magical ammunition has one shot, hit or miss, it's used.
Unlike
What about the poison
weapons,
stuff?
Poison stays good until you either critically fail or you hit.
Or time. Depends on what it is. It might go bad over time, because once it's exposed to the air, it starts deteriorating. You can't put a poison on your sword and have it sit there for 6 months.
That does make sense. Though it's not actually specifically stated in the book, but that absolutely makes sense. It's like no DM would ever let permanent poisons fly. Sorry,
Exactly.
alchemists.
As long as you keep it in the vial, yeah, it'll sit there for a long time. But once it's exposed to air, it's like everything else.
Yeah, there's a big like debate usually with toxologists about once you apply the venom when doing quick alchemy, it's good for a duration. That duration is as long as any normal poison would be.
So no one's disputing the arrows going to Zakara?
Oh no, she can use them.
Krugga's just sitting up in the tree with the hide over his head reading a book.
Is it
Krugga can
his
read?
poetry book?
I don't know. All you people without fucking dark sight can't tell.
Fuck you.
I just assumed if he was reading from the book, he's just screaming it from this tree into the heavens.
No, only when he's drunk.
Only when he's drunk. Lots of things to look
Preferably
into.
if Sakara's around, because they have a bond with him drinking and just reading the book out loud.
All right, Zakara, add those arrows to your inventory.
So for those arrows, I would have to pull it out, use a command word, and then fire it, so it would be 3 actions. Is that how that works?
No. You don't have to spend one to pull it out, because arrows aren't like that. Bows aren't like that. That's part of you shooting the weapon is drawing it. It's not like a crossbow. But
Okay.
so you would with your feet you have that instantly puts the bow in your hand. It would take you 1 to pull the arrow out and activate it, because you have to spend 1 action to activate it. Second action would be to shoot it.
Okay.
Because magical things like this you have to activate before you shoot them. Or else they're just regular arrows. Alright, anything else you guys wish to accomplish this evening?
Do I have to roll anything to update our map with the data from the new map we just acquired?
Oh, probably not. So that's what you want, huh? I hate you.
What?
Nothing.
This is a very reasonable request.
I tried to put the pictures into the Brotherhood General chat thing where we can post the picture. The spot where we are is kind of like that lower right middle. You can see the lake. So if we head kind of north, we'll probably hit the next spot above it. You can maybe follow the river, I was saying. Probably easier than hiking over mountains.
Yeah.
Granted, we don't know what's between here and there, but
Thunder lizards.
could be. At least we're not hippos. I mean, Ogre could probably turn into one of those hippos now.
My cat can't make up her mind. She keeps going back and forth between me and the wife.
I want all the pets at the same time.
My lizard's easy. She's just kind of chilling on top of her little sleeping plants. staring off into the void.
And of course, here's the jealous dog. And now here's the jealous cat.
It's only a matter of time till the jealous chili comes over. Brace yourself for the arrival.
I think I transferred a bunch of it over to your map. Not sure how much of it you can see.
You got the swamp and the volcanoes.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff is inside. I'm not sure you can see it.
Oh yeah, it's like inside the darkness. That makes sense.
How about now? Did they pop up? When I clicked on the token, they popped up.
No,
Click on the party token.
I did. They didn't pop up.
Nope.
Unable. Maybe it's because I don't own that record, it says.
You should be an owner of it. Pretty sure you all own it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Same
afraid
thing.
if I drag the token over there, it'll show you everything the whole way.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, as long as we have that, we can tell you, hey, we want to head in that direction and get it sorted out. Should be fine either way. I see the token moved, but it didn't reveal anything.
Mess with it later.
Just wonder if the token doesn't have sight.
Well, you saw the picture I linked in Discord, right, Target?
No.
In the Brotherhood General of what we see right now. We're looking zoomed out a bit.
I don't
Nope.
normally have my Discord visible.
It's updated more than that because we can see the volcanoes and the swampy inlet over to the west as well now too.
Oh, yeah.
We just can't see any of the stuff that's completely surrounded by what we haven't explored.
If I put you guys over here, does that help?
We're
No-
just in another area that we already could see.
I'm not sure how to fix it then.
It's not that big of a deal.
I think because you have no line of sight from the outside of the map to the inside, kind of. I have to look at both maps. Haha.
How dare you?
Cross-reference. What?
I would like everyone to roll me an intelligence check. While you guys are sitting down, just eating some dinner and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
Whoopsies. That's the wrong.
Intelligence, you say?
Yes, I did. You're stupid,
Can we
Raz.
do any other skill?
Ah.
You can do intelligence or intelligence.
Fuck.
Surrounded by stupid.
Wow, I guess we know who the dumbest one of them all is. The gnome.
Just
He's
as
got-
With the
intended.
gnome with the +4.
Yeah, he's got so many things he's working on right now. He can't really focus. That's
Exactly. You guys are sitting around the low campfire a little bit. You got, while you're finishing up dinner and got your tents and stuff up, you guys are discussing and looking at the maps, passing them back and forth, talking about the items and stuff you just got today. And Valis, as you're sitting back, listening to everyone else talk as you normally do, you don't participate too much in these conversations normally. Something clicks. On their map, if you look over where that swamp is, it looks like that river goes all the way into the island, all the way up to where you want to go.
The one on the left-hand side of the map.
Yep.
I noticed that off the map when you showed it to us.
yeah.
We just haven't moved anymore. I was gonna literally the next morning be like, "Hey, we're heading that direction."
Well, I understand, but if you had some kind of seaborne transport, you could probably move faster. And then you also remember, Valis, that the natives back in the village were selling canoes.
Head back to town, get canoes, and then come back and go up that side of the coast.
I mean, you could probably even get Anders to take the boat over there and drop you right off at that swamp area and cut a lot of your. I mean, because that's a long distance to a canoe in the ocean. You have to go all the way around the whole southern edge there.
Didn't Anders say he sent another crew?
No.
There were people earlier, I thought, that went before us, though, that were
Yeah, I
unsuccessful.
thought he had said that he had sent another group that had been unsuccessful before us.
The people that he got the journal and that from explored a little bit, and that was it.
So
That's where you got the map from.
Is that the bodies that we're sleeping next to?
Those seemed more like adventurers than they did sailors.
Also, how would these dead things have gotten the journal back to Anders?
I cast Animate
Yeah.
Dead just to flex on Krugga.
All right. You want a zombie or a skeleton?
The skeleton.
All right. As you guys are sitting there talking, and Krugga's up in his tree, this skeleton kind of rips out of the ground.
And I'm gonna hold a book up to Krugga with it.
Just kind of stands there looking around at everyone with his like little points of red light for eyeballs and dirt all over it. It's just, some of you are maybe uncomfortable around undead. Some of you may not be. And this thing does kind of whatever Valis tells it to do for a minute.
Just kind of looks at it and then goes back to reading his book uninterested.
I would say I do the same thing. I look at it and just kind of go back to making my shelter for the night.
Zakara kind of cocks her head. Can you make him do tricks?
Like how the druid's AoE
Can I
was
make-
undead.
Can I make him do tricks? So I
What
can
part?
make a valid
What part of
question?
Galgrim says standard druid?
Probably could. Basic tricks. I mean, he's not the most nimble thing, but he would try, you know.
Happening.
You tell him to do like somersaults and that, it would try.
Pick a card, any card.
He has
He's
it.
doing that in the background.
He has to do some dance and stuff like that, and shake people's hands, and for an entire minute, I believe it lasts, and then it kind of falls apart, and then the bones just kind of, evaporate. And
Yeah,
Mr.
that's good.
Bones is gone. If you want a permanent one, you got to do a ritual.
I'd make a joke about not lasting very long, but that's how long I can wild shape for. So
I can sustain it though. But it's a bit of a draw.
Anything else anyone wishes to do this evening before we go into watches?
is it raining out?
A light rain, yes.
Okay.
You can thank Raz for that.
If it wasn't raining, I was going to make
Oh,
a
well.
hammock, but
You can blame me all you want, but I'm rolling tomorrow. We'll see how bad this can really get.
Oh god.
other than I'll throw my alarms bell up.
We don't need to find the river. We just need to wait for the rain to make a river.
There you go. All right, you guys go to bed. Krugga puts away his book of erotic poetry. He's done reading it to Zakara again.
I'm not drunk. I wasn't reading it out loud.
No, you were. You just didn't realize it. The only way you can read. You can't read silently yourself. You haven't learned that trick.
Rude.
You have to read very, very loudly so everyone within mile radius can hear you.
You're like one of those 50-year-old dads in Walmart on his speakerphone. Just
I-
completely oblivious that everybody else is hearing the entirety of your conversation.
I think
don't-
that's jargon.
You don't have to read it out loud. You don't have to read it out loud, Krugga, but you do read with your lips moving.
Okay.
One of them. All right, you guys set up your watches for the night. Night goes by uneventful, and people can change spells and such if you wish. And I need someone new to roll 2d20. If you're going the same order, it is Sakara's turn.
Oh, that was mine.
Sounds
No, you just
Sakara's
did.
rolling.
I didn't roll shit.
That was
That was-
me.
That was Valis.
Was it? I thought it was Raz
Yeah.
that rolled that shit.
No.
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. You took Raz's turn. Okay, whoever wants to roll can roll. I don't care. If you're not going to
Yeah,
go in order.
I'm
Was it-
already an agent of chaos, Sarkin.
Was it 2d20?
2d20, anyone but Valis.
Well, apparently I missed the box again because that's happening a lot tonight.
Can't get it in, turn the lights out.
All right.
Can Bio be banned from rolling?
Nope.
So 6 and a 2.
If I gotta suffer until I can do some real healing at level 5, you're all suffering with me.
Roll me an 8-sider, Raz.
8-sider incoming. 6 thunder lizards. Riding 6 hippos.
All right. As you guys start getting up in the morning, and Zakara, who has the last watch, once Krugga goes to bed, Zakara, you take last watch, and the rain has gotten heavier and heavier as night goes by, and it is storming now. So it went from a light mist to rain to now we're storming again. You guys are doing good with weather. So you guys get up to wind blowing, heavy rain, occasional clap of lightning. It's like, not this shit again. And you guys do your daily prep if anyone wants to change your spells or items.
I'll change my dagger for another dagger.
One that's not wet.
Yeah.
If you quit stabbing people, they won't be wet with blood. All right, what are you guys doing? The shitty day is yours.
I believe we have a slight course correction.
Yep.
Where you headed?
I think we're heading back.
Back to the village?
Get to the boat.
Yeah, I think it makes more
Okay.
sense to do that by boat if we can get all the way there by boat.
Do you think we can actually get through that delta with the boat? Or is
No.
it just
We can get
bad
through
swamp?
with the canoe.
Okay, so we'd have
Yeah.
to take the boat over to there, then deploy canoes and go upriver.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you could take canoes from the village, but that's going to take you
Long
days
time.
to go along,
Yeah.
along the coast. All right, well, if you guys are just going to head back to the village, we can just kind of fast track that. Because the weather won't really matter as much when you're not really exploring.
The only thing that matters if we run into random encounters.
Correct.
So it's like 11 hexes to get back? Something like that.
Well, the first day you would travel 3. Since you've already been through here, you're going twice as fast.
So this is day 8?
That was day 8, yes. So on day 9, I need, well, we might as well just keep rolling it because it won't have too much effect, but I need someone to roll me 2d20.
Next.
All right, 6 and 18. Hey, the storms keep on going. And 18 on the clear chart. And nothing happens on day 9. End of day 9, you make your camp right at the beginning of the trail.
Keep that rain going.
A 3. Yep, that is still storms.
Meteor, though.
And a 17 on a retread is nothing. But you're on the trail now.
On the road again.
All right, hold on with the rolling, people.
Hey, hey. Kitty rolled Pisces.
Actually, we'll save that roll because the end of day 9, or day of, was it 10? At the end of day 10, you make it back to the village because you're following the trail, which makes it even faster to move.
Back so soon.
It's been almost 2 weeks. Wouldn't say it's
The
soon.
hell happened to that
So-
pair? They look like an ogre now.
So 10 days later from when you left the village at the evening of day 10, you come back to the wall.
With
At
Ogre.
first, they don't go to let you in. Then they see the ogre, and they're not opening the gate. About 15, 20 minutes goes by. Anders shows up, and they slowly, reluctantly open the gate.
Just bring the boat. Just bring the boat around.
Anders tells you guys that he has spoken with the guards, and they expect you guys to keep an eye on that ogre.
Yep.
And anything he does, you will be held responsible for.
Well, there goes my plan to just let him loose in the pig pen, but
They take you
Wow.
guys. They take you guys back to that same hut, and put you up for the night.
I'm
Can I
just
put an
I'm
alarm
envi-
spell on it just in case the ogre tries to like sneak out in the middle of the night?
You
I'm
can.
envisioning him trying to sleep in my pup tent outside the hut because he can't get inside. It's like just big enough for his head.
Yeah, I'm putting the alarm spell down just in case the ogre goes wandering off. It'll wake me up.
naughty. Emperor's New Groove, Kronk's tent.
Yes.
All right, you guys go to sleep in your hut
Wait.
for the night. Did you want something, Krugga?
Yeah, I want to go talk to Anders and the chieftain. Not together. If they're together, that's also fine. But
Who do you want to talk to first?
I mean, I figure Anders is nearby, so probably him.
Okay, I mean he's at the wall with you. So as you're walking the last, quarter mile or so to the village, you could talk to him.
Just want to ask him about the mark on my hand wraps and the picture that I have.
Okay.
See if he recognizes either one.
He does not recognize the picture, although he thinks it might be a troll, but he's not sure. He's not really sure why you would have a drawing of a troll, but whatever. And the hand wraps, the symbol. He has only seen it once. And he doesn't know a whole lot about the organization other than they call themselves the Scarlet. But once you're back in town, he might be able to find out more information about them from his contacts there.
The Scarlet.
All right. I will thank him for the information and would appreciate if he could do that. And then I'll basically go to the chieftain and ask her the same thing.
It takes you a while to kind of explain what you want because it's not really that great there. Go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check.
Yeah.
-1.
They're gonna get us thrown out.
It takes you probably a good 30 minutes to kind of get your point across to what you're asking. She doesn't understand either. I mean, she doesn't know what the drawing is and has never seen that symbol before.
Okie doke.
Which is not surprising since she was born and raised in this village.
Yeah, makes sense, but figure I'd try.
Yep. You guys are sitting up, getting your dinner ready and that. It takes about when Krugga's gone for about 40 minutes, he comes back. Looking a little dejected, like, he got turned down for a hot date or something.
There are plenty more fish in the sea.
There are lots of fish in the sea.
Fish. I can cook fish tonight for dinner. I'm sure they got
Now
some
that you're, 4th level and not like 2nd level, sea encounters become viable. I mean, did I say that?
Maybe.
Can we still buy things from them in the village?
Yes, you can.
Have they restocked since it's been 2 weeks?
Let me find my stuff. I believe they've restocked a little bit. Let me pop the sheet up for you. Did that pop up for you?
Yep.
Yeah.
How many people can fit in a canoe?
I believe I determined 4.
Ogre rowing on one side and Gliss and Raz rowing on the other. Sounds about right.
A canoe can carry 3 medium-sized people.
So the ogre's large, so him and 1 medium?
Possibly him by himself, depends.
Or we just have him stay on the ship with Anders.
I'm sure Anders will be thrilled by that.
They have 3 canoes available. So you can take 9 medium-sized creatures if you needed to.
Well, but the ogre counts as 1, right? So...
Well, he's not medium.
Yeah.
He would be 1 canoe by himself.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out canoes. And then we have me, Valis, and Zakara would all fit in one, and then Krugga and the 2 tiny people would fit in the other one with 1 bearer.
What about the bear?
Oh, fuck.
Well, fuck, I can swim.
If you take the ogre, you are not taking any bearers.
Well, the ogre can carry more than, 2 bearers, though, right?
I'm not actually sure what an ogre can carry. I'm not sure he can carry 16 bulk. That's what 2 bearers can carry.
Are they selling arrows?
They do not use arrows. They're selling blowgun darts. somebody want to look up in the core rulebook the carrying capacity? What it's X amount plus your strength modifier, I think.
You can carry amount of bulk equal to 5 plus your strength modifier without penalty. If you carry more, you gain encumbered. You cannot hold or carry more than 10 bulk plus your strength modifier.
And then does it go up if you're like a large creature?
So I'm trying to find.
I believe it does.
We should at least refill the containers for the water because we still have the containers.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, with the
Used to
water. I mean with all the rain, the waters are full on your way home.
Bulk conversions for different size creatures. Core rule book 295. A large creature treats 10 items of 1 bulk as 1 bulk. A huge creature treats 10 items of 2 bulk as 1 bulk, and so on.
Basically, a large creature can carry more. So yeah, Thag can definitely carry more than the 2 bearers.
So you calculate its encumbrance the same as anybody else. It's just 1 bulk is now light to it.
I'm looking at that same thing, and it says that their bulk limit is twice as big.
Tiny creature, large creature wins.
Yeah, so it might be a
There's
combination
a table,
of both.
the 619 table.
Oh, the table.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
But you know how things that are like light or 0.1 are considered 0.1 to you guys, but to a smaller creature they're considered a bulk.
Yeah.
It goes both. So I think like light objects that are 0.1, I don't think those weigh anything for large.
Yeah, they treat it as negligible.
Yeah, plus they can carry twice as much.
Yeah, they treat 1 bulk things as light. They treat light things as negligible, and their limit is twice as high as a smaller medium creature.
Yeah, so his limit would be 32 bulk.
Plus the reductions from him
Plus the
being
reductions.
huge.
Correct.
Gross.
Yeah, so he can without the reductions he can carry twice as much as the bearers.
Huge? Isn't he large?
He's large.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he could probably carry like 5-6 times what the bearers can carry. If you trust him.
I mean, he's been with us for what, 4 or 5 days now?
Took you 3 days to make it back.
Then the night that he slept outside our room, so 3.5 days.
Are we going to transfer the rune since we're back in town?
Yeah, I don't see what. Now that we're back in town, I think it's time to transfer.
Well, it's going to take us like a day on the boat ride to get to the Swamp Delta or whatever. We could do that then too. We'll just be on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll save us a day.
You could do that on the boat, yes.
Okay. Do we have an idea where we want to put the runes?
Krugga gets them both, right?
They would do us good.
Well, you got a +1 for a weapon, and a +1 for armor.
What kind of bonus is the the armor one? Is it just considered an item bonus?
Yeah, it's a potency. Yeah, it's an item bonus.
Okay.
So it's the same thing that's on your hand wraps already, right?
Yeah, my
Yes.
hand wraps already have a +1.
Potency.
Yep. It is not striking. It is potency. It turns a normal thing into a +1.
Zakara seems the next most logical user for the weapon anyways.
But it also allow casters and you other people to smack other stuff on there once we find it.
I think I'd rather give it to the person who will get immediate use out of it, though.
Well, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just putting it up for thought.
It's like Zargan said, too, we get somewhere that's not some podunk backwater town. These things will be easy to find, the +1 versions anyway. So, like, what, worth 30-something gold?
Yeah, well, it depends. The armor and weapon one, even though they're both +1, they have different values.
I know the armor typically costs more.
The armor is worth more, yes, because it's a higher level.
Just a random question I was thinking about. So if I were to get that armor, like that +1 thing, would it reduce the bonus that I get from the Drakeheart mutagen for AC?
What's the Dracard give? Is it an item bonus?
Yep.
then yes.
It will not stack with your item bonus from armor.
Okay.
It will overwrite it.
Same reason it doesn't work that well on a Galgrim.
Well, that's what I figured. Make it slightly less effective, but I'd be better off the rest of the time.
If you want to buy stuff from that list, either Discord it to me or Discord it to me would be the best way, especially if you're looking at buying food. Whatever food is on your character sheet, you are going to be taking 3 days off of that for the travel home. So just so you have an accurate count of how much food you have. A lot of your food's on the bearer's Raz, so you're going to want to take that shit back if you're not taking them.
Well, we settle on an ogre.
I don't know. He can. If you're looking at pure carrying capacity, the ogre's worth like 5 or 6 bearers.
I imagine we still got to fit him with something to carry it all in, though. They can make a big backpack.
Probably.
Less prone to being immediately eaten by something, that's for sure.
He has a few hit points. In fact, he has more than anyone else in the party.
A lot of good that did his boss.
Well, 6 on 1 tends to offset hit points.
Yeah, you got to combine us
Plus
all.
1v1ing lava.
That didn't help either.
We
He's just
1v1
learning to
him
swim.
fair and square. You put all of us together, we were still smaller than him. What are you talking about?
We have to Voltron.
Yeah, you just said it. He can carry all of us, no problem. So, as far as like rations that are going to last longer than 3 days, the smoked meat's really the only option, right?
Correct. That's basically iron rations.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, you guys can buy as much fresh food as you want. There's no limit, because they're always hunting. They're always bringing in fresh meat and stuff. But the smoked stuff, they only produce so much, because they don't really eat much smoked, except when they're traveling. So once you kind of whittle that smoke supply down.
So we're figuring we're going to go over on the big boat that's Anders, and then we're buying the 3 canoes here, and then going to take those upriver, which we could put some food into the canoes and stuff too.
Oh, you would be carrying it, or the ogre would be.
Where was shop?
So if we were
Right there.
10 days traveling, then 3 were the fresh rations, so we should be missing 7 of our iron rations, right?
Well,
No,
I fed us a couple times.
Oh, that's right.
and you've traveled 11 days since you left the village. And I've marked off rations up until tonight, so everyone was good starting tonight. So if you're
So how
marking off rations, everyone needs to mark off 3 on your sheet for travel to up to right now.
Do you have the inventory for the bearers?
I do.
Might need to see that one too, since they're carrying my food.
There it is. I popped it up.
Yay.
It has not been updated as of tonight, but
Gotcha.
So food and water we need to take off 3 days.
yes. I mean, if you don't, I will
Okay, I'm not.
between next session.
Yeah, I won't mess with it then, but I will.
But
get
for those of
another-
you who, I mean, if you're going to be gone some more time, you might want to be buying food now.
Yeah.
And I should only have 5 days of water that they're carrying for me.
Not sure why it's on there twice. Probably when I copied and pasted it went twice.
I still got my boy for 3 days for my bearer. So I'll give him another 14 days, so I'll be up to 17 days total then. Or
Well,
just-
you don't need to buy him food. He provides his own food.
Oh no, I mean to pay his wages. You know what? I'll make it easy. I'll just pay him another 11 days. So that's another 11 silver I'll give him to put him at 14 days so you don't have to change anything. Because it just says hired for 14 days, and I used him for 11 up till now.
Well, yeah, so he owes you three days. I mean, you taking him on
Yeah.
on the boat?
Yeah. We'll put him in, and we're going to take him with canoes, I thought, just to carry all the stuff, the water and the food.
Not if you take the ogre, you're not.
Oh, because there won't be room. Okay.
Correct.
Can I get a refund?
Nope.
Sorry, he suddenly doesn't speak your language. Fine. You keep it as tip. Good job.
No comment. No comment. Call it restitution for your friends dying in the field.
No hablo goblo.
I hate that.
No hablo goblo, huh? What else do I want to grab here? Yeah, that'll do.
Did anybody grab all the water skins or no?
Well, I got 10 water skins I paid for, and I still have 9 days of smoked meat on my bearer.
Okay.
If nobody's bought the water skins, I'll buy them.
Hey, Krugga, when you say water, what do you mean water? Just refilling your stuff?
Yes.
Okay. As long as it's raining and stuff, I really haven't been tracking water too much because, you can easily refill it during, days of rain.
What are you talking about? There's been nothing but a shortage of water since we got here.
I know, but empty water skins are never a bad thing to have, even if you don't fill them. Because you can always, if we find mysterious vials of stuff, we can always pour them in there.
Oh yeah, so we find a thing that contains liquid, we should pour it into our water skin instead.
Well, if we find like a
Oh, look at this
full of
lava.
liquids, we can use them as vials.
I'm going to mark off 3 silver for the food, Zargan.
Yep.
I marked off my rations, added my rations, and marked off my money.
So there's 10 days of smoked meat left.
No, I'm going to buy...
Everything else, the rest of them have been bought.
Good, because if everybody else is good, I'm going to buy the rest of it.
Yeah, I got another 10 days of food to be on top of what I already had.
10 of that available for me and my bear is only 5 days.
AFK minute.
Better start rolling survival checks to hunt things.
I mean, I can be doing that.
That'll slow you down.
Since we are planning on crafting on our way, can I gather things to craft arrows?
Yes. Arrows are relatively easy to craft. I mean, supply-wise.
Especially in a jungle.
Krugga's kind of... Oh, go ahead.
I'd say the hard part would be getting some kind of tip or the feathers, but depends. But one bird in the jungle probably has enough feathers for quite a few arrows because they're so big.
Stealthy macaw arrow fletching.
It's orange and green and purple. Go ahead, Krugga. You want to say something?
Yeah, 2 things. I would want to see if anybody in town, in the whatever amount of time we're going to be here, would be able to suitably change this hide into an appropriate blanket. And then also I want to figure out some way to drink.
Get drunk?
Yes.
They have that pomade that you guys had at the party. I mean that's easy to get. To explain to them what you want, and they'll bring you jugs of it.
What about barrels?
They don't have barrels.
Jugs it'll be.
No one in the village has the skill to make a barrel, so.
Buying casks, these freaking uncivilized brutes.
So who's buying? Anyone buying those last 10 days of food? I know Misty took them.
Yeah, I'm buying the rest of the food. I'm buying the 3 empty water skins. Did anybody buy the canoes yet?
Send me something in Discord, Mystic.
Okay.
I figure the canoes could come out of the party loot that hasn't been split yet.
Yeah, do we have enough in the party?
Those are expensive.
We have more than enough in the party loot, yeah.
Yeah, we've got like 30
gold.
gold. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'd do that.
Assuming you guys want to spend at least one day in town.
Sure. I even put on Irish pub music in the background. Sorry,
Oh,
no Irish.
We should communicate through Anders that one of the bearers that the matriarch lent us met an untimely death. I don't know if there's repercussions for that or if we need to give their family some money or something or what.
Yeah, they,
Yeah.
can,
Not
go get
a-
that, they can go get that back from the frickin' lizard that ate him. Snake, whatever. Spider. Whatever the hell poisoned him. I don't even remember.
Spider.
Spider.
The talking spiders did it. They bit him and he died from the poison.
Sounds like they should have added talking spiders to their repertoire of dangers they should have known about.
Well, they don't usually go very far off this peninsula, so.
And we definitely made sure that they're not going to do so again. Right. Drinking, resting, ready for the next day then?
Well, are you anyone doing? You guys do transferring the runes, or just killing a day?
We were talking about.
That's over
Oh.
the next day. Tonight is tonight, and tonight is drinking.
Oh, tonight. Oh, drinking. That's fine.
I think we'd start working on transferring the runes, and if we don't have enough time, we'd finish it on the boat tomorrow.
Except you can't do that, but okay.
Okay. Well, do we have enough time in town today after getting back?
Nope.
No. I mean,
We
you
got-
could do. You could transfer the runes while you're on the boat.
Yeah, that was kind of the thought, was just jump on the boat the next morning and start going and transfer the runes while we're on
It's one
the
nice thing
boat.
about traveling by a boat. As long as it's not severe storms, you can actually do other things while you're traveling.
Don't worry, we'll roll that.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll roll with severe storms.
You might.
Under deck, we will transfer runes.
So, by the way, are we even taking the bearers then, since the ogre's like much more useful, and we won't be able to take one of those?
Fable.
We're taking the ogres, not the bearers.
Okay. So
I'm not drunk
So-
enough for this. I'll be right back.
So
that's a good
Zargan's
idea.
gonna transfer all the stuff that the bears were carrying to the ogre.
I gotta go ask my wife if I can have permission to get drunk.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if we've got plans that I need to be sober for after we're done.
You don't need to be sober for that. She can take a popsicle stick to it.
I just
well,
got
if we're
my
gonna
candy
drive
back.
around and do any sort of shopping afterwards, I
Wow.
obviously can't get blitzed.
You can as long as she's driving.
She doesn't have a license.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get hers till 31.
WTF? How'll she go to work?
She lives like a 5-minute walk away. That's why I said I gotta start picking her up this time of year because it's dark when she gets off.
So basically, you have a kept woman.
She doesn't let me do a lot of chores around the house to make up for a lot of inconveniences. Like she'll straight up
Wow.
throw things at me and tell me to get the hell out of her kitchen when I try
Well, a
to
lot
do
of women
dishes.
are like that. I mean, a lot of women are like that, like Naughty is.
She'll let me put the dishes
Wait.
away because I can reach places she can't, but I'm not allowed to do the dishes.
Gotcha.
If I catch her on a day where she's really tired, I might be able to get away with steaming the floor.
Well, anytime you want to do house chores dusting and shit, you come to my house.
Yeah, same, dude.
Nah. We got our hands full with this freaking house and all these animals running around.
Well, that's because you're not doing nothing. If you came to my house, I wouldn't have the problem.
The German Shepherd alone already dumps. I don't even know how she manages to shed this much and not be bald.
Same with our cat. Our black cat sheds like crazy.
I don't even know where
Not
it's all
mine.
coming from.
I brush my cat probably every other day, and I pull like a fistful size of hair out of my cat.
You
Like,
pull like a cat-sized chunk of hair.
yeah, out of
Yeah.
the cat like every other day, and I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure how the cat isn't bald.
Yeah, we try to comb the cat, but she bites you while you're trying to comb her, and she bites the comb.
Ours does that too, but she fights the comb. She like wants to fight the comb.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my cat lays there and like purrs and like loves the fuck out of
That's
it.
because you molest your cat and it has no other choice.
Look at that fine dressed gentleman.
It's like a smoky jacket.
Krugga, about your hide.
Mm-hmm.
2 things. Glizzik has already started working on it.
Oh, okay.
Behold!
And yes, you could have found someone in there to take care of it properly, but it would take more than a day. It would take several days to dry it and so forth.
So
Okay.
Glizzik will do it for you instead.
So Glizzik's working on it.
Okay, doke.
He started that the other night.
Nice.
All right, so you guys get several of you get mostly smashed. You let Anders know that you need to, get the canoes loaded up in the morning. The crew will take care of that, and they head over by the swamp area. No, you don't have to, Krugga. You can get as drunk as you want. Only time I make you roll stuff like that is if some things may happen.
Ah.
Like, you make an ass out of yourself in front of everybody, but...
So the usual.
Okay. It'll take about 2.5 days to get over to the swamp by the big ship.
Wait, they sell tents here, don't they? That's the basic gear?
No. No tents. People wanted tents before, but tents are beyond them. They make lean-tos and shit and huts. Like I said, they don't go out much.
So, Krugga, while we're on the boat, can you tell me more about this Reaper? What did they look like?
A giant scythe.
My people aren't ones typically for art, and I don't know if any of the shamans have ever actually seen him. As far as I'm aware, it's more of a worship of action as opposed to an actual thing or person.
Certainly some sort of symbol. Like, if you guys are worshiping, he's got to have some sort of picture or something, yeah?
As I'm sure you could imagine, there's skulls and bones involved. Typical death accoutrements. But as I said, my people aren't really known for their artistic prowess.
Okay, so Glizzik is going to Glizzik that shit up, and I'm going to embroider that on the back of the cloak I'm making for you.
Roll me a wisdom
my
will
version
save, Krugga.
of what you think that would have been. I'm trying to use my disguise kit to actually, jazz up the cloak for you.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
And I'm trying to do it respectfully as a cool gift for you.
We're on the boat now, right? Is that what I came back to?
Yeah.
I was asking for while we're on the boat, tell me stories about where you're from, Wadib.
Tell me about your homeland, Maudib. Ursel.
Krugga will write down. Actually, no. Glizzik knows Orcish.
Yeah.
We're
talking in Orcish.
That flashes in your head when you're thinking about this, Krugga.
Oh, okay. I'll do like a very crude. Do we have any sort of drawing supplies or anything?
We have chalk.
Chalk?
Yeah, definitely have chalk. I'm sure we can get a charred stick and some sailcloth on the boat.
So Krugga will grab some like chalk and probably wherever we are, he'll just do it inside so it doesn't get messed up. But he'll draw his eyes kind of suddenly light up like he remembers something, and he draws this skull that has this, it has a very large, it's not just a crack, but it's an open skull near the top on one side of it with the mouth open, doesn't have any skin, and it's on top of this stick that kind of goes horizontally, that has twigs that come out like this side on then, but there's also a part that's kind of like attached by some sort of twine to the bottom of it. And kind of going through the branches of the skull, there's actually a hand scythe that's sitting underneath the skull on the branch that kind of loops up. And you can show that to him if you think I did an appropriate job of telling him about it and drawing it to him.
No, I don't want to show it to him.
Okie doke.
I do my best. Bedazzle that shit.
But dork it.
Mm-hmm. Get some nice thread.
All right, you guys pass the night. Some of you pass out for the night. Everyone, the rest of you go to sleep. Wake up in the morning a little later than normal. Get your morning stuff done. If you guys want to change spells for the boat ride or alchemical items.
Obviously, alchemist fire. Lots of it all over the boat.
That's what I figured.
Many gusts of wind. Now handle.
So I was just looking at the crafting. I guess I have to spend 4 days of downtime in order to make 10 arrows.
Yep, welcome to crafting.
Is that how many you make in 4 days? Well, you have to spend at least 4 days. You can spend more.
Yeah, we're 1 day short of being able to make potions. Yeah.
My
It is.
Well, you can't make potions on a ship very easily because you have to have a cauldron with fire.
I got a cauldron.
I understand that, but they're not going to let you make a fire in the hold of the deck of the boat.
They constantly have fires on ship.
my general short version understanding of crafting is pretty much everything requires 4 days to make it minimum.
That's your crafting. You spend 4 days, and then you make your check at the end of the 4 days, and you spend half the cost of the item in materials. Then it depends on what you roll on your check. At that point, you can continue to spend time, which makes what you owe. I'm not explaining this very well.
You can lower the cost.
For every day you spend making it.
Yeah, you spend half the cost
Cheaper.
up front for the 4 days, and then
And you
after
might
that
lose
4
it.
days, you can spend the other 50% to finish it right then and there if you made the check.
Or spend time
Or-
to lower the cost.
Or lower the cost according to downtime activity, what you
According
can
to what
earn
you
on earned
roll.
income. Yeah,
So
basically
for,
earn income to lower the price.
so for only getting 3 days on the ship anyway, I could have started this the previous day.
You were traveling the previous day.
We just got back. I guess this is the same day we got back then.
A lot of
Yes.
A lot of projects will let you pick them up and drop them as able, so long as you're able to feasibly do them wherever you are. Like, I can't do a lot of alchemical crafting. I need a lab, and that thing's like a 6 bulk thing to install.
No, 6 to carry around.
Yeah. I believe that's 1 more bulk than I can carry, period.
I mean, if you guys want to spend another day, either in the village or just on the boat, you could definitely get more time. But that's up to you guys. So, are we leaving on the next day, on day 12?
I see no reason why not to. We'll have 3 days on a boat.
On a boat, motherfucker. I'm sorry. Yeah, day 12.
I'm fine with anything. Like, Krugga doesn't need to do anything, but he's not in a particular hurry either.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying, because Zakara might want to make some arrows.
well, if I'm the only one who needs an extra day, then we can go. And I have.
How are you on ammunition?
I have 6 arrows
Plus your 6 magical.
plus 6 magical.
Okay, we should probably give her a day to craft.
Yeah.
Is there any way that someone can like help her with it to increase like output or shorten the time?
So Island of Hunters doesn't have like people who use arrows.
No, bows are beyond them. They use spears.
How far back are they?
They're like Stone Age.
Patient of civilized. Sorry, I had to cough.
Just cut the spears like at like the quarter point where the tip is, and it becomes an arrow.
Because an
We have,
arrow's
like-
the size of your pinky and spears are the size of, like, your thumb twice.
Yeah,
We want very
That-
small spears plus a pile of feathers, please.
that's basically what a javelin is. It's just a really big arrow.
So, do you guys want to spend more time in the village, or what's the plan for day 12?
Anders, do we have a specific time that we have to get this done by?
No, I mean, I don't want to just like hang out here for 6 months doing nothing, but if you guys
Can
need a
we
day or
just-
two to rest from your 10 days in the jungle, that's fine.
What does it take to craft the arrows? It's just a craft check.
Yes, but it takes four days.
Is anyone
And
else
I
who
can-
has craft who's not busy, like transferring runes or whatever, able to help make some for Zakara?
Cannot help, but they could make their own.
Well, I meant help as in increased quantity at the end of the 4 days. As in they do their own.
I think most of the party except for Krugga has craft.
I don't.
We all
Like
have crap.
level or
You
two-
disgust me.
a level or two away from getting 8 out of a batch.
I thought you couldn't be in the party unless you had crap.
Craft and an 18 intelligence, right?
We're a crafting guild. I thought that's what it was.
What's this raiding shit? We don't raid, we craft.
We craft our way to level cap.
That's right.
I mean, if you guys wanted to, you could spend like 2 days, like 1 day, like 2 days in the village. 1 day people transfer runes. The next day, all the crafters can start on freaking arrows, and you have 3 days on the boat, and you can make a shit ton of arrows, or at least try.
Can't you transfer runes with magical ability? Or is it?
Nope.
Well, there are other ways, but you don't have the ability yet. You don't have those rune stones.
Gonna need them craft boys.
You need 1 craft boy per rune, and it takes 1 day. So one person can do them both, but it takes 2 days, or 2 people can do one in 1 day.
I'd be better off using my cauldron to make stuff for us if we're gonna have a 4-day period, and then just throwing money at.
I mean, if you guys want to spend 4 days in the village, you definitely can.
Like it just keeps going up from 1 day to 2 day to 4 day.
Well, and people are just throwing. People are
4
throwing
months.
out. People are throwing out
We all have
options.
beers. Yeah, but as I was saying, Anders, does it matter if we take 4 days to make arrows, some pots, elixirs, and then set back out into the jungle because we used
He's
a
fine
lot of
with
what we
that.
had for resources?
Does Anders have any crafters with him that would be able to make arrows?
No, he does not.
What a fucking loser.
Are there any?
He has-
is there anybody
he
in the
has us.
village- Are there any crafters in the village that we can teach to make arrows?
We don't want
Fine.
to give them the technology.
You probably
Go back
could,
and
but
get a
how
cat
many
lady.
months are you staying here to teach him?
Yeah, that'd violate the Prime Directive.
You guys have a prime directive?
Yeah, screw everything else.
If they don't have the arrows, they'll be easy to crush later.
We kill everyone who doesn't bow to us, and those who do become part of my army.
Pretty sure I've
We
seen a
teach-
parallel story or something along this line.
So, how long are you staying? How many days are you staying in the village?
Well, in keeping on... I could definitely see a day, at the very least, because that would give Zakara enough time to have a batch of ammo ready to go.
You try to make 10 arrows, yes.
Mm-hmm. By the
Would
time we got there.
that be enough arrows for you, assuming you weren't able to craft any more for, let's say, 2 weeks?
I mean, worst case, I have a sling. It just takes 2 actions instead of 1.
I have ammo because I've yet to use my sling since I got it,
Well,
and I could totally.
I was just asking, do you think you would go through your arrow supply in that time?
Mm,
What? How likely are we to shoot everything we meet?
Have you met
Pass.
this clan?
Past history, when she's using her bow, she goes through quite a few arrows, and I know she hasn't used it lately because she's been low on arrows.
Well, I feel like you could probably make good use of your arrows if you like hit with them a little bit more often, get some good efficiency.
Are you recovering the arrows as well?
You cannot.
Oh, really? That's bullshit.
That's dumb. I thought it was
That's
at least half.
bullshit.
I also have some sling rounds if worse comes to worse.
Well, sling rounds can be just rocks, too.
yeah, that's what I
got,
mean.
I got bullets.
I feel like they can't just be any good old rocks and be a real sling round.
No, but you can spend an hour along a creek bed and shit and get a pack of 20 or 30 rocks.
So,
Bullets and rocks used to do different damage, but I don't think they do anymore.
So what if we had whoever's doing the transfer does the transfer, and then after that, assuming nothing else is happening, everyone makes some arrows for Zakara? I'm not sure what everyone else's plan to craft during the time would be.
Well, if we spend 3 days in town, Naughty crafts his stuff he's going to craft. Somebody else does the transferring of the runes, and the other 2 people with craft start making arrows. Day 4, we jump on the, and then so day 3, the person doing the runes would be free. They could start crafting arrows on day 3, and then day 4 we jump on the boat, and that's 3 days on the boat. So the 2 people that have been crafting arrows, and then the third person who's picking up crafting arrows would craft them all, and we'd get 30 arrows.
Glizzik needs 4 days in town to make potions. He cannot make potions on the boat.
Oh, okay.
They will not let him have an open cauldron fire on the boat.
That's probably for the best.
Well, then my vote would be him makes his stuff, the other people do crafting arrows, and then we just jump on the boat and do the runes on the boat.
You could do that.
Or if we take a 5th day in town,
Oh my god, I'm gonna be fucking old and gray.
No.
No. If we take a 5th
I think
day
you're getting weaker, Raz.
God damn it, I fucking done a
Will you
bleach
shut up
before
for a
this gets
second, Raz,
going.
and let me get this thought out? If we take a 5th day in town, everybody could start crafting arrows again, and then we'd have 3 days on the boat to finish a second set of arrows. So we'd be able to get like 80 arrows made. Or 60
we'd have
arrows.
to carry.
Arrows are fairly light.
Yeah.
You could leave some bunch on the boat, too.
Yeah, we don't have to use them all immediately, but we'd have, if we took that 5th day, we'd get an extra set of 30 to 40 arrows.
So
That feels worth taking a day for.
But if you spend 9 days in the village...
no, I'm just
Hear
picturing.
that? If we spend 47 years in the village,
You'll be old.
No, I'm just thinking the ogre can carry the arrows if they're light or less. We'll just attach
47
them all over
years
the
in the
ogre.
village. All the people we're worried about here are gonna be fucking dead, so we won't have to worry about it anymore.
That's my vote. Is
Exactly.
5 days in the village.
It can work.
Then we'd get, 60-ish arrows for Zakara.
If you wanted all the crafters to get at like 1 round of crafting after everyone does everything else, or 2 rounds for some people, you would need 9 days would be our arrival at the inlet because people are transferring runes, which is a day, and then they would need 4 days in order to go, and that would leave 3 days of downtime. So we can, if we plan on arriving at 9 days, that allows for 2 full rounds of crafting plus the rune transfers.
That's what I was saying. 5 days in town and 3 days on the boat. Well, that's 8. But
Yeah, that's not 9.
Yeah, but not all 4 people have to be crafting arrows on the boat.
All for fucking, what, an extra 20 arrows.
Yeah, not all 4 people have to be crafting arrows on the boat. 1 person would be doing the runes.
Zakara's like, what kind of fresh hell have I just unleashed?
It's the most drama over arrows we've ever had in any game ever.
Since we don't use ammo in any other game.
No, or food.
Guys, I think I found out why we don't use it.
Because it's math and people are
Okay,
cry
so
about it.
rather than arguing about it, I say we just vote 3, 4, or 5 day or 4 or 5 days in town and just call it. So
Why don't we vote total number of days as opposed to days in town? Like days at arrival.
Because it's 3 days on the boat.
Mm-hmm. And you left out 6, which is 9 days, which I recommended.
Well, I think he's trying to imply that.
Okay, so then we do 4, 5, or 6, and we just vote 4, 5, 6, whichever one wins. That's how many days we stay in town. Glizzik, 4, 5, or 6.
What is the point of 6 days? I went
get,
to 4
we
or 5.
Get, we get an extra 10 arrows
Per
person.
Yeah.
per person.
Actually,
So,
you don't need 6.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We don't need 6.
Well, if you want to do a second wave of arrows, you would need 6.
Well,
Wait, didn't you say you could just extend the time as well? And you get more?
No, it costs less.
Oh, it costs. Oh, okay.
It's a gold thing.
the only difference between 5 and 6 is one person on the boat is crafting arrows instead of doing the runes. And then
And that's fine because I can't do anything on the boat for potions anyway, so I can help with arrows on the boat.
That's the only difference between 5 and 6 is on 5, one person's doing runes on the boat. On 6, that person's doing arrows on the boat. And
I vote. I understand now. I vote.
yeah,
5.
and that gives us 10 extra arrows.
I'm not tracking this, so
Okay. So Glizzik, Raz, and Valis are all 5. Zakara,
Yeah, 5's fine.
5. Okay,
7.
that's what I'm voting for too. So we spend 5 days in
69.
town. We spend 5 days in town. Glizzik does his potions. The other 3 crafters do arrows. We do the 5th day in town. The 3 of the crafters start doing arrows. One person works on the runes. We jump on the boat.
I thought we were voting on total time to get to the swamp.
No, we were voting on days in town.
My vote's still 5 to get to the swamp.
You're not going to create anything in town at all?
Nope. There's nothing I can do in town that I can't do on a boat. I don't have a lab. I can't do alchemical items.
Okay.
Literally need a 6 bulk freaking beast of a freaking setup to do
even
anything.
with your vote changing, there's still 4 people saying we're taking 5 days in town, so it doesn't matter.
vote doesn't matter.
I think it does.
So
Never know what'll happen to those arrows. Might end up in a fancy new quiver called a dwarf. Trademark pending.
Alright, so what's-
Damage quiver.
So what's the final?
So
You
we're
said-
taking 5 days in town. For the first 4 days, Glizzik is crafting potions. The other 3 people are crafting arrows. On the 5th day, the 3 people that are crafting arrows are starting a second batch, and they finish it on the boat. And Glizzik will be doing runes that day, and then day 1 of the boat.
Shouldn't Raz do runes since his crafting sire?
That Raz can do
It's the
runes.
same.
Yeah,
Oh,
Raz
okay.
can do. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Our intelligence is the same and our craftings are the same. He gets bonuses for alchemical stuff. I get bonuses for potions.
I might have a steadily consistent form of aid, but I think Naughty could also pull that.
I'm drinking the whole time.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
I'm
I'm
also
wanting
gonna
to
be
drink
drinking
the whole time.
I'm also gonna be drinking the whole time at this rate.
so did you get that, Zargan?
No. Alright, so the first 4 days, you got 3 people making arrows, and Glizzik is making potions. Am I right?
Yes.
Yep.
What potions are you making, Glizzik?
Cheapest I can is just going to be the healing pots. The oil of potency would be nice, but I can't afford it. Because they're 7 each.
Alright,
Healing pots are
let me mark off the
40.
15 gold for the canoes. These guys with 3 gold in the party fund. Alright, so you're making the minor healing?
Yep, the 1d8s. And these are permanents.
The
Healing
good
potion
stuff.
minor. So it's 4 gold total, so it'd be half of that to start it. So 16? No. 6 of them. So 12. And then another 12 when I finish.
And then everyone else is making arrows.
Over the course of those 4 days, I'm going to be having my familiar replace independent with skilled, so it's able to aid me as the skill I'm choosing is craft.
Oh, I see how you are.
Choose a skill other than acrobatics or stealth. Your familiar's modifier for that skill is equal to your level plus your key spellcasting ability. It basically just becomes the same as all the other skills it's proficient in.
All right.
For
And
craft.
so the crafters are Glizzic, Raz, Valis, and Zakara?
Yep.
All right. I need everyone but Glizzic to roll me a craft.
Can I roll my familiar to see if he can aid me?
If you wish him to try.
I do wish him to try because I'm giving
How
him
arrow?
skill.
All of Valis's look like stabs for the arrow.
Val's is like, when in Rome, don't make fucking arrows.
See if I get the bonus. Yay, +1. My snake is good at helping me make arrows. Figure that one out.
It returns with birds. So you can use your feathers.
It just brings the feathers. So that'd be a +1 to the check, and there's a completely average roll.
All right.
It reflects my mundane outlook on making such boring things. Effective, sure, but boring.
Hell, Krugga's even volunteering to test the arrows.
Nope, I just didn't. I'm getting drunk.
Now, I know they're full days of crafting, but that still doesn't mean like 16 hours of crafting. You still have a little time to yourself in the
Yeah.
evenings, right? Good.
Yes.
Krugga's going to show me how to have a good time in a place where there's nothing to fucking do.
You mean drink?
He gets started 8 hours before you.
We got 4 days to figure it out. Raz is restless as all hell. He does not like sitting still in the same place, apparently.
Would at some point during this downtime that we're here, would any of the like warriors here be willing to spar with Krugga?
Oh, probably.
Okay. I'll do some of that too.
Try not to kill any of them. They may take a...
Shouldn't be a problem if they're not.
All right. 4 days go by. Zakara. Oh, let me get my chart up here.
Does Glizzic not need a roll?
His is separate because his is more money.
Okay.
Are expensive.
All right. I'm assuming you guys are spending 4 days and then spending all the money to complete it, so you don't spend more time.
Yeah, I'll
Kinda-
spend all the money. It's not a lot.
Yeah. Arrows are cheap. It's the potions that's probably going to hit Glizzic's pocket.
All right, Zakara, in your 4 days, you succeed and make 10 arrows for 1 silver.
Success. Sharp rocks on sticks.
So mark off a silver and give yourself 10 arrows. Valis, you spend 4 days and fail at making arrows. You can mark off... Actually, nope, you don't need to mark off any money because you can salvage the whole thing, but you wasted 4 days.
He made a campfire instead.
Basically. he made kindling.
He just decided to use a little magic, and unfortunately, magic's kind of volatile sometimes with all these light sticks.
Technically, I am a blacksmith.
To be fair, most of his missiles he makes are magical. He's
That's
not
a
used to
good point.
making the
For now.
That's a good
mundane
point.
one.
Oh, wait.
Blacksmiths are not Fletchers. There's an art to the
Valis,
craft.
you rolled a 1. That makes it go down to a critical failure.
Oh no.
You
made round
lose
arrows.
He loses the money.
you lose 1 copper piece of the money. So mark off a copper, Valis.
I'm more salty about it now.
You lost a penny, and that's what he's going to be mad about.
All I'm saying is that you could have rolled anything else and you would have succeeded, but you had to roll 1. Arrows
you
are not
pick a
very
one?
hard to make.
Let's just be practice for big stuff, because you can make,
Raz.
as long as you got a formula, you could make a legendary.
This
In
is why I
4
make
days.
tack arrows on the boat.
Raz, you may mark off 1 silver piece and make 10 arrows.
All right. You get some Raz brand arrows to add to your inventory.
Raros.
Raros. She's on fire tonight.
Mhm. You know, it's not about my crafting roll. Or is it?
I would like to imagine that I put a little bit more flair than absolutely necessary on my arrows.
You almost
Prettied
had a
them up.
critical success.
Prettied them up. You know, the fletching is definitely, you know, like red arrows dyed with this like golden sheen on the tips. Nothing anything more than cosmetic, but it gave me something to do other than just slapping feathers on worked wood.
All right, Glizzic, go ahead and roll it.
+1 for seasoned feet. Ghost potion.
Mm,
I was almost a 7 times.
I
You
couldn't
want
tell what it was. I
it up
thought it was a
too?
1.
All right, Glizzic, you are successful. You can mark off 24 gold and have 6 minor healing potions. So on your character sheet, Glizzic, you want to mark it. You want to add 6 to the inventory thing for weight purposes, and then go to the action tab and do the times whatever was on the potion and add 6 to that.
Glizzic, give yourself 7 gold. I'll hand you 7 gold.
Want some potion?
Keep them handy. I can appreciate someone who's also a bit of a crafter in their own right. It'll come in use with this group, that's for sure.
That is the first 4 days.
Krugga drunkenly drinks all the healing potions.
At night while I'm
You know,
sleeping, and I'm like,
You don't want to have more than
No.
one of those in short order, man.
I
He
put
wakes
them all
up,
nicely
doesn't have a
little-
hangover. Oh, that's really good. Stuff was
in a row
smooth.
next to my
It
bed.
just made me
I
think
wake
of,
up,
like-
they're all
Made me think of what happened when the Yajirobe ate like all senzu beans at once.
Was the azure seeds or amber seeds in Warcraft? You have to poop them back.
Oh yeah, like we're getting those
In the
back
outhouse.
one way or another.
All right,
And then they put it back in the bucket in the front.
Day 5, I believe you guys are still in the village, and you guys start the second round of 3 of you are doing doing arrows. Who's doing the runes?
I thought we said that I was going to do the runes because they were working arrows.
I don't care who does it. I just need to know who.
Yep. I can.
Yeah.
Where am I putting the armor rune? We never discussed that. Zakara was going to get the weapon +1 potency, either on your bow or on your rapier, I'm assuming.
Like, does it matter who does it?
Well, yeah, because of your check.
I mean, like, did it really matter time-wise who did it?
Time-wise, no.
Because Raz would probably volunteer to do the runes because it's different.
I just need to know who's rolling for the runes and who's rolling for arrows.
Raz and Glizzic, somebody pick who's doing ruin.
That's up to him. I'm not going to deny it from him.
It's going to be the same roll either way. Why don't we do, you help me on one, I'll help you on the other. Does it make a difference otherwise?
Can you help if you're doing
You
arrows?
can't really help someone while you're crafting on your own.
I beg to differ. I have my familiar.
I'm just saying,
Why don't we
Glizzic can't help you, or you help him.
Well,
Why don't
your,
we
your
each do
familiar
one?
can help you craft?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Oh, okay.
We literally have the same bonus if we kitted our familiars the same.
Yeah.
It's more Raz just wanting something different to do. But you can go ahead and make the check either way, any way you flavor it. The check's going to be same. It's going to be the same roll. It's going to be the same bonus.
God, who's making it complicated now, Bio?
You.
Yep.
You.
I have a damn good reason for doing it, though, in this particular case. Not that I'd expect some lowly dwarf to understand.
What's the check to throw him off a boat? And yes, I'm shapeshifting into ape form first.
Hey, Valis, if you have the core rulebook open, go to page 238. That should answer your question.
I'm not to find that.
Yep. Okay, so who's doing the runes? I don't care who. I just need to know a name.
Naughty can do them.
Who's
Okay,
naughty?
I'll do 'em. Me.
You mean Glizzic?
Naughty!
I'm naughty.
I know what I said. It's the naughty fucking goblin. What the hell do you
Well,
think I meant?
We're all a little naughty at heart. All right, I'll do the rune checks. I still need to know where the weapon one's going and where the armor one's going.
On your ass. Both of
Where
them.
do you want to put it?
Does that mean he's gonna have a +1 potency on his ass?
Yep.
Plus,
Yeah.
Damn those Taco Bell nights.
and +1 armor for those Taco Bell nights.
All right, who's getting the armor one and where's it going? I think you guys should fight to the death.
That's a damn good question.
I mean, it doesn't do me any good while I'm wild shaped, right? So
It does not.
So
I'll pass on
me
it.
probably.
Give it to Krugga. He needs some fucking armor.
Yeah.
Why are you saying this like I don't have the most armor in the group?
You don't?
You're the one who gets hit the most, unless you
I
want to give it to Valis because
I
he's
have
actually
the second
tankier
most.
than you.
What's your armor?
I have 21.
I have a 22.
Okay, like I said, I have the second most.
Valis has a 23.
What?
With your
I do.
shield bell, don't you?
Yeah, but that's
No,
not
no.
constant. No.
I don't know. That's a one action cantrip. That could be pretty fucking constant as long as you don't pop the block.
It's only
right?
+1 to AC.
No. Okay.
I'd vote Krugga just because he's always up there getting beat in the face.
Yep, that'd be my vote too.
A Drakeheart would still do him some good, but in the events that he's not Drakehearted, he still has benefit. Plus, maybe I can give him a Juggernaut and he can double down on some extra AC. and
So
hit
it's
points.
going to Krugga's on his Explorer clothes.
Yep. And for that day, I'm replacing the ability familiar with the skill one. If it helps
Skill and
at all.
craft.
And the weapon potency rune, what's that going on?
Zakara, do you want it on your bow or on your sword?
I'll put it on my bow.
Okay, on her bow.
Alrighty.
It's easy to hand those to those two. We don't have a lot of people who want to tussle up in melee. Or
Okay.
with weapons.
The last day in town, day 5. Glizzic, which rune you gonna try to move?
Let's do the armor one first.
That's the hard one.
All right.
The last day in town, Krugga's walking around in basically a loincloth getting drunk.
Yep.
Drink my healing potions, will you? Come here, Krugga, I gotta put this on you. Isn't it supposed to go in my clothes? No, it's going into your skin.
As is definitely hovering over your shoulder over the course of the day too. I mean, he's making arrows too, but
Over Krugga's shoulder.
no,
I
over the one interesting thing that's going on right now.
was about to say you literally have to be hovering because you're a short fuck.
I'm making arrows. I got my own built-in footholds here.
Alright. Glizzic, it's gonna cost you 16 gold to do this.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little bit more tapped than I'd like to be.
I have a total of 17 guys.
You got,
I'll pass on the amount of gold needed.
yeah, you're gonna have to get some donations from the people benefiting from this.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Are you cool with that?
I marked the 16 gold off my sheet
Okay.
already.
And a 10% service fee, of course.
A convenience fee of $17 on your $12 movie ticket, please.
Alright, Glizzic, you ready?
Ready.
Yes, getting to service me, you
Make
have
that
to pay me
crafting check.
that money.
Rolling on a river.
Is your
whammies,
familiar
no whammies,
helping?
no whammies. Yes,
Fuck
you
it
have
up.
+1 in there.
No,
Alright,
you don't get a +1 automatically.
Oh, it said it was +1.
You have to make the check with your familiar, who is now at least proficient or trained in the skill, as opposed to it just trying to do it unskilled.
All right,
Try
so
to
what am I
take it
rolling
to
for the new?
Rolls
He
a
rolled-
crafting check.
He rolls a craft. DC's 20 to give you a +1.
And it's my level plus what? For his bonus?
Plus your main stat bonus. And
It's whatever the pluses are on the
Yeah.
other skills he has.
You're like at a +8,
Alright.
and his other skills it's to +8.
You can just roll one of the other ones if you wanted.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
One of the
That's-
ones that he's
Yeah.
trained in.
The familiars are simple. Ooh,
No.
not quite.
He does not help you any.
Your snow goblin's too easily distracted.
He doesn't
Yeah.
hurt you, but he doesn't help.
I've replaced his speech ability with that, so his best quality is now gone.
He spends the day just trying to shoo me away.
It's keep you in distance.
He spends
help.
the day constantly trying to fold the robes while you're working on them, so it doesn't really help you.
Stop being a dick, Nanu. You're not making this any easier.
And he blows cold air in your face.
Ah, Send it back to the chat.
All right, Glizzy. No help from your familiar. Go ahead and roll this check. What's happened when he failed?
No.
There you go.
Oh,
19 right into a wall.
So, Valis, what's a sophisticated human like you doing in a backwoods like this anyway? How'd you end up in a place like this?
As the boat explodes.
Not on the boat.
I tattooed it onto his skin, not the armor.
Oh, okay.
That's a serious question too. I'm definitely asking Valis that question over the course of these days.
Shit.
I mean, you are a little bit of an anomaly. Raz can recognize someone who's a little bit more high society than the common lowbrows that we got running around here. So what the fuck is a guy like you doing with a group like this?
Um,
In the
money,
nicest way possible.
my family really didn't approve of my field of study, so to say.
What, the skeletons?
Yeah.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just a type of magic that animates something that was unanimated, yes?
Yeah, but people tend to be kind of around it.
Well, I understand if someone doesn't want to see their uncle running around trying to tear the throat out. But I never really saw much of an issue with the undead as they are. They're just, animated with negative energy, yes?
Yeah.
You're not like,
Scientifically, of course.
you're not ripping someone's soul back from the ether to facilitate the semblance of life with like someone's freaking eternal soul, right?
Yeah.
Just purely animating something with magic, like conjuration magic could.
It's still seen as defiling the dead or whatever.
Well, as I mentioned, I guess I could definitely see why it would rub people the wrong way, but it definitely seems to have a bit of a jaded viewpoint.
Yeah.
So, your family doesn't like that you're playing with skeletons and zombies.
Not really.
So, is that it? That's all it took for them to kick you out?
I'm not kicked out. It just,
Not looking your general direction.
yeah, I was just in the area and thought, hey, my family's not going to really pay for my research. So, I need a job, and here's a job.
Well off, I assume, then?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it must have been convenient up until they took a problem with you then.
It's not a problem like we don't want to pay for this kind of situation.
Well, hopefully this job will pay well.
Yeah.
Ah, my camera's doing the thing again. That's all for now. I don't want to hijack it any more than absolutely necessary. I've been meaning to chat with Valis for a while, but stuff's been going on.
RP, go ahead. I mean, so Glizzy, do you want to spend a hero point to reroll or not?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading the PDF. Yeah, I'll use my hero point to.
Okay, go ahead and
Yeah,
reroll.
we got those. Good call, Naughty. I might need that in a minute.
That wasn't naughty. That was Akara.
Good call,
28.
Megan.
That is much better.
Can always count on you to remind me about things I always forget.
You went from a critical failure to a success.
Way to be
I'd like to say
heroic.
that he's still wearing the stuff while I'm trying to get it done, and I'm moving with him as he rolls around.
I was gonna say, I demand you explain yourself, Naughty. How did you grasp success from the jaws of failure?
I was praying to the Reaper.
All right, on day 5 in the village, Glizzy, after a little bit of sweat, and he wasn't quite sure if he's doing something right, and he changed tact and completed it. He was able to transfer the rune from the hulking breastplate to Krugga's robes. And successfully. And you don't waste any money, so the 16 gold is spent. Basically, you would buy, like, you know, etching equipment and so forth to do it, but it's just consumed, so I'm not too worried about it. And there you go. Krugga now has a +1 armor.
You are slightly shinier now.
Hopefully he'll stay up longer.
Does it? Does it come with built-in pet glistening action?
No, it does not. That's a
What?
different ability.
That's Krugga spilling wine on his chest.
Oh my.
Is that the
Oh,
condition you found him in?
Remember, this rune's in temporary ink. If you spilled food or drink on it, it washes it out and then you lose it.
Well, it's doomed then.
Just so you know,
Disappearing, reappearing.
that rune is worth 160 gold. Just so you know.
Hey,
Price
Krugga,
of
come back here.
You owe some back pay to the rest of this group. I do have a
Alright.
question about Krugga's carousing, since we've got plenty of time to see him in his element.
I'll
What
ask
kind
him.
of a carouser is Krugga? Is he like the violent drunk going around starting fights?
No, he's not. He's not violent. He seems to have these moods that he gets in, and as like depending, like since you're kind of going around with him and you're probably watching, you notice that it seems like he's drinking. Unlike most people, and he'll probably like spout this out like drunkenly at some point, that he's trying to drink to remember, as opposed to forget like most people.
Yeah, I was going to say it tends to be the opposite direction.
Orcs.
Works.
But other than that, I mean, he just drinks and then he kind of just goes with the flow. He tries to have a good time with it. I mean,
It's like
nobody,
like a giddy drunk or a silly drunk. An angry, not an angry
not any of the above, but he does become like, it's still like the traditional like orcish like projection of strength, like being confident, like insisting people do things, dragging them in, like he's more than happy to pull people into drinking like contests of strength, like arm wrestling or just flat out wrestling with people. But it's never just like an outright like fight just to hurt somebody unless he deems it a slight worth fighting over.
Although when Krugga's drunk, he does tend to read erotic poetry out loud to whoever's near him.
Oh god.
Well, I could definitely see Raz getting in on the drinking aspect.
and the poetry, nice.
Do it.
Not so much the poetry, not with Krugga anyway. He reserves that particular facet of art for more appropriate
Sakara.
company. Oh, obviously Zakara. She is a lady after all. That's what you reserve that sort of thing for.
The
It's
only
only
lady in the group.
No, Raz would probably get in on the drinking too. Probably with not that much pushing too. And I like to hope that a fucking +11 even on a small creature means I can at least hold some liquor, Zargan.
What? If we do drinking contests in bars and such, we'll worry about that then.
Oh god.
I got your rules for him.
Small
Alcohol's
creatures,
just
small
alcohol's
creatures
just a
come with
poison.
disadvantage.
I'd have to check, but I don't think so.
I know it was like that in like the homebrew 5th edition, like small creatures usually
Something
start making the
because
checks sooner.
well, some things because they drink the same amount as a larger creature, so therefore they drink more in relation to their
More
size.
body weight and alcohol. Try convincing all these drunken assholes of that though. Now Raz is definitely a little bit more loosey-goosey than he usually is out here. Pretty much if anybody comes up to him with something to do, he'll do it at this point because it's different. He's usually collected, but out here during these days, he's just antsy.
Krugga, you will notice that Krugga does on many occasions end up like talking to like several different women during the period of time, and he tries to get you involved in this as well, trying to like get these women talking to you. It's like, oh, Raz may not look like much, but he is good fighter.
He's small but big.
Charisma score's not readily visible, if you know what I mean. Interesting that Krugga would admit that Raz was a good fighter, being that Raz doesn't see himself as a good fighter. Quite the opposite. He's not a fighter, but that's noted. And will politely decline any sort of female companionship at the moment.
Noxia leaves.
Dun, 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 dun,
Every time a
dun.
woman leaves, Krugga just pushes over another pitcher over to Raz.
Oh, definitely drink.
Krugga's the best wingman.
Now, I don't know how observant Krugga is on that end, but it's not like he's just, waving these gals off. He is nice. He's polite with them, and at least as much as he can be once the alcohol starts flowing. But he does refuse any female accompaniment for the night that Krugga seems to divulge himself into quite readily.
Most of them, of the native women here, seem to have no real interest in anyone other than a little bit of Krugga and Valis.
No.
Problem that solves itself then.
They're not sure what a gnome is, so they're not really sure about that. Goblins look too much like some kind of evil creatures, with their 4 teeth.
They think gnomes are just baby humans.
Kind of. And
Very
they're like,
well-spoken child you have there.
Your
furry
child
baby.
would hell of a drinking
Are you sure you should be feeding your kid this much alcohol?
And they don't. Of course, Akara's female, so and she's very, very furry, so they don't know what to make of her either.
They're not into bestiality, so Zakara and I are out.
I mean, let's be honest. Catfolk are kind of rare. I don't think a lot of people know what to make of them.
Krugga knows that they like erotic poetry.
Now, if we ever meet a
That's
catfolk
true.
on the road, you're just going to start rattling off erotic poetry to
Yes.
placate them.
This
Only if
needs
he's
to
drinking.
happen.
You will notice that a couple times during the few days we're here, Krugga does not come back to the tent with you guys. Or hut or whatever the hell it is.
I'm proud of you, Krugga.
He's just passed out
He's
in
having
the
a
yard.
good time. He's having a good time. Don't worry, I got questions for Glizzix too, but that's going to be for another time because he's very busy right now.
As I wrote in
Not at night. I'm assuming a lot of this is going on at night when you guys aren't crafting.
Pumat. Drinking Pumat.
I keep saying pomade, like the stuff you put in your beard and mustache.
It keeps reminding me of freaking, oh god, what's the Hawaiian dessert?
What?
It's like
Poi?
poi, yes. I had
It
a
is
bad
not
experience.
poi.
Seaweed.
I had a bad experience with that when I ate way too
Oh,
much
it's
of it because it was too good. Oh wait, what? It was good. Me and my dad ate so much of it, we were vomiting all night. We did not eat that the way it was intended to be. Anyway,
That's what she
The
said.
duel might not be happy about this relationship starting.
is Nanul jealous of the goblin romance here?
Yup.
Is
right in.
Nanul a scorned lover?
He's mine.
There's definitely some sort of relationship here going on, but
Snow
Another
might be
day.
tinged a little green in envy, do you think?
obviously Nanul just needs to hang out with Nether, learn to
When-
chill and view.
When Noxia wakes up dead and she's frozen solid, I wonder how.
It's just an ice cube.
As a witch, does your power come from the Newell, or are you just
Yep.
borrowing
That's
it?
a good
So
question on the
Newell
boat,
is the witch.
That's a good question. Is Glizzix the familiar or is the duel the familiar?
I can say irrefutably that Nether is the familiar.
You should burn the witch. That's all I know.
You've seen some of the spells come from Nanul.
Yeah. It's
During the-
definitely a little bit more familiar to your familiar than my familiar.
During the evenings when you guys are drinking together, Anders will drink with you if you allow him. He doesn't like barge in, but if you're sitting in there and just drinking and talking, he kind of insinuates himself into it some.
No,
Let's get drunk, we can get Anders.
He does not get very drunk.
He's more my speed of folk I tend to hang out with anyway. So, yeah, he's welcome to join.
I was gonna say something of note that wouldn't be surprising. I pretty much just hang out up on deck most of the time.
Not on the boat yet.
We're still in the village.
Thank
Let's do it.
Well, he's on the boat apparently. He's
Yeah,
waiting.
I'm gonna
You
chill on
say
the
he's
boat. No.
outside civilization. That means
He
tribal
never went into
civilization
the-
too.
We banished him to the boat because we don't want his dingleberries sticking up.
I pretty much just stick to myself when you guys are out doing all this type of stuff. Like I might come join, have a drink, and then I leave.
I know it's gonna sound kind of mean, but I'm pretty sure Raz forgets you even exist half the time because you're
That's-
just not there.
No, that's kind of the point.
Well, you're
Just
more
like we'll
urban
show up
too, aren't
next
you?
morning and you'll show up for breakfast. I'll be like, oh fuck, that's right, the bear guy.
I pretty much am just not around all that much.
Just need to put a bell on you.
We're talking about him. We're like Galgrim. Like who? Galgrim. He's been with us for like a couple weeks now. I don't know who you're talking about.
He's like that dwarf guy. Oh, dwarves. I hate dwarves.
Anything else you guys would like to accomplish before the night passes and you get up in early in the morning and leave on the boat?
How do I modify my AC?
I will handle that.
Okay.
Basically, I'll need to make a new item and equip it to you.
All right.
I will not be tinkering with my alchemical stuff tonight because I did it in preparation of knowing that I was going to get blitzed tonight, and you don't mix drunk.
So no drunk science for you?
No drunk science. Doesn't
But-
end well.
It's for science.
Doesn't
Yeah, but you
end well.
might-
That's not science.
Both
That's
could
just
end
throwing things
gloriously.
together and watching what happens.
It'd be amazing. You mix something together, and then you wake up the next morning. You don't remember what you did or what you made, but it's
But I created
done.
the Philosopher's Stone.
It's,
But he
it's done,
found-
and you have no idea what it is.
He found the cure for cancer and he lost it because he was drunk.
We wake
Sunworking
up and-
elixir.
Wake up, and you're just looking at it like, "What'd you make?" I don't know, but I'm curious.
I can't reverse engineer this. It's driving me nuts. What the fuck did I do? You guys ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
No.
Say, remember that episode where Reese like found a way to separate that enzyme and they couldn't figure out what he did?
All right. So pretty much it's Krugga and Raz and Anders drinking every night.
I'll drink a little bit.
Yeah, like, I said,
Okay.
like I'll like poke my head in, have a drink, and then disappear.
I should say drinking heavily.
There's probably only a night or two of that, though there will always be some social drinking.
Okay.
Raz does have some standards to adhere to. He does have to present himself, a reputation to keep. It's all right to cut loose now and then, but you don't want to get too crazy.
You don't want these natives to see the real Raz. They'll tell everyone.
A drunk alchemist is a dangerous thing. I'm just doing it for everyone's safety.
Uh-huh. All right. Next morning, you guys get up much earlier than some of you would really like to. Kind of stumble down to the beach, get rowed out to the ship, and you guys are off.
Yay, more boat.
I need Raz to make me a fortitude save.
What? What'd I do?
You're half drunk on a boat.
Fuck.
Oh, you're fine. You might puke once, like in a over the side or in a bucket, but you're up on deck making your arrows.
All right, I'll take it. Yep, always a reminder. There's always the reminder at the end to maybe not go so crazy next time.
Oh, look, he's feeding the.
All right.
Feed the chum in the water. Who wants to do a little troll fishing?
Glizzik's trying to catch it with a pot for breakfast.
Okay, I'm not eating anything Glizzix has given us today.
All right, first day on the boat, Glizzik, you are working on the, well, first of all, the Ogre breastplate. What are you doing with it now that it's not magical? Just leaving it there?
Put it on the ogre if it's better than what he's got currently.
It is.
You do it
I mean,
over.
is that what you're doing?
I'll ask Thag. I'll point to that and point to what they have on and be like, upgrade?
Upgrade? Turns out that's a perfect translation for that word.
It takes you a little bit to get it across that he can have it, and then he'll put it on.
Sure. I'll help him if he needs, whatever straps and
Funny jokes on us. It's the chieftain's armor, so now he's chieftain.
Now he
so
thinks he's-
doesn't-
It was.
Yeah, so now he doesn't want to listen to us at all.
Nope, he's
Listen,
wearing
yeah.
heavy armor. He's about to get pushed into a fucking ocean.
Well, I was going to say, we're going on a canoe
Sorry.
voyage. Let's put him in the metal armor. Good idea.
Zarga could probably answer this one because it could
Breastplate
become
is
relevant.
medium.
We don't know. But is there some sort of like heavy armor penalty for swimming like there was in like Pathfinder 1 and 3rd edition?
Swimming is an athletics check, which
Right.
does apply armor penalties.
Oh, that's it? Just a -1? I remember the 3.5 days
Well-
Mystic were like full plates, like a -40 to swimming.
Armor 1 is maybe for your leather armor.
It was only a -10 bio.
It was pretty bad.
Well, yeah, I mean... 'cause
What's your breastplate modifier, Mystic? 2 or 3, right? For your
2.
bone breastplate?
Yeah, mine's a -2 for my bone breastplate.
Yeah. And that's just medium armor. We haven't got in the heavy armor yet.
I'm in the same boat. The armor I'm
Well,
wearing.
yeah, you're all in the same boat.
Yeah. Nope, I'm wearing armor that gives me a penalty because I'm a weak little gnome.
You can wear them. Yeah, well, yeah, but... All right, Glizzik. Day first day on the boat. What are you doing to... You're transferring the rune from the Ogre hook to Sakara's bow, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Good luck.
Is Nanul helping you?
Yep. Silent, angry Nanu.
He's going to cause us on purpose.
I'm going to make myself indispensable to him by actually helping. I'll get him.
Don't drink salt water, Krugga.
I brought pictures with me.
Pictures of
He
salt water.
does help, and he does give you the cold shoulder most of the day.
Ha, I see what you did there.
Go ahead and roll your crafting check with a +1 from Nanul. Good thing you made it, because you don't have any more hero points. That actually is a critical success. Not that it matters on a rune transfer.
You somehow put 2 runes on it.
Makes
So-
it +2.
Doubly
Now,
good.
someone needs to spend 3.5 gold to move this rune.
Oh, it's so much cheaper.
Well, yeah, it's a
Oh.
lot lower level.
Yep, 3.5 gold.
Yeah, the armor potency is a level 5. The weapon potency is a level 2.
Should have stole the golden skull.
Oh man, I hate it. I don't even know why, but I hate giving up that skull.
Go ahead and mark off 3.5 gold, Zakara. And after a day of hard, intense labor, because the knoll helps but doesn't help nicely, you now are a proud owner of a bow +1.
Hey, that was potency, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Double. Now it's like practically double damage.
Not quite.
Now you can roll all the ones.
Hey, 5% chance more to crit.
Wait, what?
And on your,
Oh,
and
was
your
it-
sneaking.
Oh, it's potency, not striking. That's right.
Yes,
Potency.
2 hit. So the armor one was AC, not saves, and
Correct.
the weapon one is 2 hit, not damage.
Yes, got it. I get them mixed up a lot.
Well,
Yeah,
it might add the +1 to damage, but it's not striking.
right. The striking is adding an extra die.
Isn't it
Correct.
+1 to hit, not damage.
It's
I don't
both, I'm
know.
pretty sure.
I don't think it's both.
I
think
thought it was
it's
just
I don't know.
just a hit.
Don't listen to me. I'm inebriated. I'm 4 shots in
it's
right
just a
now, and I
+1
haven't
to
drank
hit.
in a while.
Just a +1 to hit.
weapon potency.
I mean, that is a higher chance to crit.
And it
It is.
determines the number of property runes you can put on there. So if
Correct.
it's a +1, you can
Yes.
put one other thing on.
So
Too,
if we can
like
find
flaming.
ourselves like a fiery or a corrosive, get you set up.
Yep. So now the party has 3 items that can have other runes put on them.
Sargon will give us like flaming, so it'll be resisted by half the monster manual.
I want flaming so then I can go around saying, I am the flaming fist.
Yes.
Now that I mean, the first rune you have to put on an item is potency of some sort, armor or weapon. And once you have that, then you can put the resilience on the armor, which is bonus to saves, striking on weapons, which is adds more dice. So if it's a D6 weapon, you now add another D6
Oh,
per plus.
is that true? Like, you have to put on the...
It has
One
to have a
before the
potency.
other?
It has to be a +1
Oh.
before you can do anything else to it.
I didn't know that.
And
I thought
then
you could do one or the other.
no. I
Huh.
don't believe so. And then because striking, like for a weapon, potency and striking are 2 different. They don't have to be the same.
Right.
So, if you have +1 weapon, I think you could put a +2 striking on it. It doesn't matter. The potency rune affects other runes. So you can have technically 3? You could have 5 different runes on one item.
Yeah.
Because if it's a +3 potency rune, then you could have your striking or your resilient rune as well. Then you could have one, +3 get put up to 3 other runes on it. But some other runes are worth more than 1 or 2 because there's different levels of each rune.
Gotcha. I think I understand, but I also don't know if I understand.
It's around 582 on the core book I put in the Discord thing if you want to look it up later. I
Yeah.
had to read it a bit and I had lots of questions for Zargan.
Yeah, I need to know this for sure too, since you and me are like de facto crafters with Valis.
Yep. I was confused because the one oil I can make gives you +1 of each thing, but only temporary. So
Right.
yeah, so it's confusing.
Yeah, so you could put like Flaming, Frost, and Holy on a weapon if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a +3
But it has
weapon.
to be like +3. Yeah.
Correct.
And they get really expensive and high levels to make those.
Yeah. Look at that. +3 greater resilient armor, 46,000 gold.
That's just for the rune.
Well,
Right?
and that's +3 to all your saves.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Pathfinder has specific rules for making weapons out of different material, same with armor, and they have different effects.
Yes.
And since
get
runes
really-
runes are transferable, I mean, you guys got runes now, but they're not really on real good items, maybe.
Yeah, you can put those on good items later.
Correct.
Like
Is
an
that
adamantine sword.
This crafting system is like what you and I kind of cobbled together.
A little bit. I wish I would have
For
saw this
Ogre.
when we were doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm liking the crafting in Pathfinder like infinitely more than 5e, where it took like freaking 8
5e
months
doesn't
to
do
do
anything.
stupid stuff.
Well, we basically homebrewed a bunch of stuff, and like we went back and forth discussing like rules and things along those lines. And this rune system is very similar to the enchanting system that we had in that game that Ogren was doing.
Yeah, it's not even a far cry off from what I was letting you guys do with upgrading weapons with the scrolls that you would find.
Yeah.
Just more,
It's cool.
Yeah, I like it because you can keep that old family heirloom sword.
Oh, yeah.
Which we've been after for a long time, trying to add
Yeah.
gems and things to stuff. So it's nice.
Like if you had Dragonhide as a base material for like armor, it has its own abilities before you even enchant it.
Hear that, Glizzix? Get those low rolls ready for some dragon skinning.
Or silver or mithril, adamantine. Or orichalcum is the high-end one. Wooden items can be made out of different things, like dark wood and stuff.
So even the druid gets to join in.
Cold iron is a thing.
Fuck
You
that. I want dragon bone armor.
don't need to
Cold-
have potency on things in order to have resilience or striking, because those are also fundamental runes.
I thought you had a potency
what I-
before you could have anything else.
No,
That's what
the potencies are necessary in order to put on the property runes.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought
But
it was just...
since striking and resilient are also considered fundamental runes, you can have them
Okay.
without it.
So they're independent of each other.
Yeah,
Correct.
I thought it was like
Well,
2 separate trees.
I
that
had
could
that
be
part
raised.
right. You could have a +1 potency and a +2 striking
Yeah,
because they're
so
independent.
because it gives an example on the next page of it. It's like you can have a +1 striking flaming greatsword, which means you have +1 potency, you have a level 1 striking, and then you also have the flaming enchant on it as well.
Yeah.
That
Well,
makes-
just for the record, Krugga, your armor requires you to basically attune it every day.
It's invested.
That's-
Yes, all magical armor is.
But you were saying not weapons, right?
No so every weapon I've looked at does not have that trait.
That's
Huh.
interesting.
I think it's just so you can not. I mean, in 5th edition, I thought it was bullshit. Everything had to have it. It's like it's a +1 sword. Why do I have to? I mean, you get 3
Well,
things. That's
Oh no,
bullshit.
no,
It
at,
was
at base,
Yeah, by default it wasn't like that. I made
Bio
it
just added it for his
because
game.
you could also add shit to them. In
Well,
addition
yeah,
to
but
that.
even this, like if you have a Vorpal sword, you don't need to invest in
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I think it's designed so you can have more than one magical weapon easily.
yeah, like for dual wielders. and
Well, yeah, or
a
you know,
ranged weapon and
exactly. And then you could have a staff, or you can only have I think one staff attuned at a time.
separate weapons for separate damage types that may have
very much so.
weaknesses too, because that's much more prevalent in Pathfinder.
Yeah, and you could have half a dozen. Now, almost everything you wear is attuned.
Where's my demon mask, Zargan? We need
I'm
a
surprised
second
the
one.
demon mask isn't.
Yeah. I think Artificer, that was the capstone ability too, when you hit 20. That you
Got the
could do
big
like
ass
2x.
orc. Yeah, that was like the really good thing about Artificer too, was like the
So
extra.
the demon mask you do have to attune. It
I'm
has
invested. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
What's
what?
the limit though? Like 10?
You
Yeah,
get
it's
10 a
10.
day.
Investigators?
But it's not as high as you think, because like, what if you got knocked down or it got knocked out of your hand and you picked your sword back up, you
Well-
have to reinvest?
No, that's not true. If someone disarms you, that you don't have to reinvest it.
Okay.
If you willingly put it down, as in like I don't want this right now,
Drop it so you can
or
drop
if
something
if
else.
someone else picks it up and takes ownership of it and invests into it, you lose it. Like if you got knocked out and they took all your shit.
So let's say, hypothetically, if Krugga disarmed like a fire giant with a flaming sword and then invested it immediately, he could benefit from that.
Well, if you could use it, yes.
Aside from the fact that it's a great sword, and why would he? But
I'm not sure you can invest immediately. I'm not sure it's like a one action thing. I think it takes like several minutes.
Yeah, investing is normally part of your
Daily prep, which takes like an
preparation.
hour.
that's right.
But you can also prep stuff, other things during the day. Like say you get a suit of armor, you put it on, you invest it, then later you find another suit of armor, you put that on and invest it. I mean, you get 10 total per day, and there are times where you'll run out. Because you swap things out and you go, well, I don't want to invest this anymore. Well, you don't get your investor back. It's just spent.
You have to start dropping us some invested items, Zargan. We got a big group here.
Well, first of all, you guys have missed several invested items in things you've gone through.
Everyone starts turning and looking around everywhere.
And
Damn
a
it,
lot of the
Blizzix.
items are higher level. Like Krugga's armor is now a 5th level item.
Mhm.
You're ahead of the curve now, Krugga.
It's fucking expensive, dude.
Well, the wand I got is higher level too. The
Yep.
mask, the demon mask is higher level. Some of the little talismans that we found are higher level, like 7th or whatever.
Demon mask is 4th.
We'll have some magic items soon, Valis.
Soon.
And everybody forgets about the bear again.
It's
How does-
not forget. It's we don't care.
Can the bear invest items?
No.
Aw.
Well, I meant me.
What if we get it like barding with a +1?
I remembered the bear before I remembered the druid. Whoops.
I think barding is different. I'm not sure you have to invest it.
It might be
But
its
the-
own separate thing altogether, where it's,
Yeah.
basic barding.
'Cause it's
might
for a
not, but
mount.
magic would, yeah.
I mean, like right now, the goblins could ride the bear. It'd be hard to do because there's no saddle, no nothing, but they could.
Forget
Once-
the goblins. The fucking gnome could ride it.
Are you a small creature?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the same size as me. Pretty
Once you get to town or something and Galgrim gets some like saddlebags and stuff made for the bear can carry a lot of shit with saddlebags. It's like a backpack for a bear. Get like a saddle made, people can ride it. You get barding for it, so it has some AC.
Nice little howdah
Technically,
up
you
there.
could probably get
Like an
hand wraps for it, basically, so it has magical, extras. I mean, I think it does do magical damage now, but still be pluses more to hit and such. There's way to armor the bear up.
We just haven't been to an area where we can do that.
And to be honest, you haven't
Yeah,
had the
yeah.
money.
We need the money. We need the location because we're in a little backwater podunk.
Yep.
There's a pretty good town up north where I know a pretty valuable book is somewhere.
We're in sub-podunk where we are.
Yeah,
We're in intro levels here.
yeah. Every level you make, you start getting more and more stuff. Like most of the magic stuff you get now is consumables.
I got plans, but it requires a population zone larger than 200.
You're
How
gonna
about-
sacrifice all
Oh,
of them
God.
to summon a deity.
How about 40 or 50,000?
That's a start. I can work with it.
That's a nice little town.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good sized town. It's no water deep, but
Well, no, there's very few of those.
onward.
Day 1 on the boat ride goes by pretty good. Glizzy successfully transfers the rune from the Ogre hook, to Sakara's short bow.
Good job, Goblin. We'll make an alchemist of you.
Nobody wants the Ogre hook, so Glizzy will probably just toss it overboard.
I mean, we can probably sell it and melt it down or something.
Yet. Can the ogre use it?
He doesn't want it. He has an axe.
We can give it to the natives. They don't have steel like that.
What
don't
are they
give
going
that
to do
to
with it?
him.
You don't have steel like it's an ogre weapon.
I say they don't have the technology to melt it down.
Is it
No,
worth
but
any
they could
money
use-
anywhere? If we
It could
took
be a
It's a hook.
trophy.
We
If
can
you want to
trade-
keep it, that's fine. I'm just saying you guys have no
Keep it on the-
use for it.
We're not gonna sell this fucking thing for anything.
All right.
Yeah, keep it on the boat for now.
Let
All
them
right.
Turn it into something useful when we get back to town. Real
Yeah.
town, not native.
use it a glorified ore.
Day 2 on the boat goes by. Day 3 on the boat goes by. At the end of day 3 on the boat, as you guys are kind of setting up anchor over here by the swamp, I need Raz,
Shit.
Valis, and Sakara to roll me a crafting check.
Oh, that's. I get
Arrow?
the.
Making arrows.
I'm gonna have Nether help me on this one as well.
Go ahead and have him roll. See if he helps you.
Come on. No dice this time.
He
Man,
does
I'm
not
not
help
good
you.
at making twangers.
Every time you go to put some fletching on, he hands you an arrow tip.
Keeps trying to swallow the arrow.
He's a sword swallower, isn't he?
This snake is eating a lot of
Hi.
shit.
Damn. It's a
Luckily,
nice
I
roll
did-
there, Raz.
Apparently, I didn't need his help though. Once I'm done crafting this, I'm taking that skill off and putting him back on independent. Just so I'm saying it now, so I don't forget later.
All right, so Sakara, you succeed and make 10 arrows. Mark off a silver. Valis, you succeed and make 10 arrows. Mark off a silver. And Raz, you succeed and make 10 arrows. Mark off a silver.
Yay!
When you're doing like this right now, getting a critical success means nothing.
More fancy red-fletched, gold-gilded arrows for our catfolk.
Pretty feathers from the snake.
Snake was a little less helpful this time, but yeah, he
Well,
tried.
there's not as many feathers to be gathered at sea.
There's only so much
Seagull.
a basic homunculus can do, alright?
All right. Glizzy, of those 6 healing potions you made, did anyone else get any? Or do you have them all?
I currently am holding them if folks want them. I'm happy to give them out.
You said 1 silver, right, Zargan?
1 silver for the arrows, yes.
Got it. Marked it.
I'm just trying to do some quick bookkeeping here.
Sure. I initially was going to make 1 for everybody in the party, so
Do you want to hand them out or you want to keep them?
I
4
can hand
gold.
them out while we're on the boat.
Keep the one you would have given me because I tend to give myself more elixirs anyway.
You sure these are permanent? They don't go away.
That's fine. I still have a couple myself.
And they
from
do
the last batch you made.
and they do 1d8, not 1d6.
Yeah. That's fine. I tend to give myself more of my own elixirs, and I got one from the last batch you made and the one I bought.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Zakara,
I have two
if
right
you want-
now.
If you guys
Yeah.
wish to reimburse Glizzy for these, you're more than welcome to.
No,
It's
you
up
were
to
right.
You guys.
You were right the first time.
hmm And then Zakara, the party has made 50 arrows for you.
This is the
Wow,
last
that's-
time I want to hear about arrows, all right?
How many of those do you plan on carrying with you?
I don't know. Can I carry all? There's only 1 light each.
You can. You can't carry them necessarily all ready to go, but yes, you can probably shove them in your backpack and so forth if you want to.
It would be 5 bulk.
Yeah, that's a lot of bulk.
No,
The arrows
they're
are point
one-
one.
That's
They're
what
light
light
bulk.
means.
Oh,
Light
are
means
they-
No,
0.1.
Wait,
light.
are
Sorry,
they light
light.
or negligible?
Sorry, light for 10 of them.
It's light for 10. It's 0.1
Okay,
for
okay,
10.
so they're point. Okay, got it. I was like, no way arrows are that heavy.
No, they're not. I mean, I've carried around a quiver with like 20 some arrows in it, and the quiver weighs more than the arrows.
Yeah.
Depends what we're making them out of, how thick the arrows are.
They're made of snakes.
Ballista.
You can also make arrows out of special woods too that give other abilities, but
Yeah, but
that's
we
a whole
didn't have
different
the
thing.
woods.
Ooh, special wood. You say?
Special
well, there's
wood.
one special wood in the
I made
book.
instead of dick.
You can make metal arrows too, right? Like adamantine arrows and shit.
I don't see why not, because you're making the tip out of them.
Hopefully
Might
those
matter.
are-
If we start fighting demons and shit, cold iron's gonna be a hot seller.
Cold iron, like striking.
Yeah. If Wrath of the Righteous has taught me anything, is don't underestimate a cold iron sword.
Or if you're fighting undead, silver.
Yeah. That's what I
So
like.
did
Pathfinder too.
everybody else added a healing potion to their character?
I don't
other
know if they
than
have yet, but I marked it down
Raz?
for everyone but Raz gets one of your healing pots. That's up to them if they want to pay you for them.
That's fine.
I'm not sure if everyone has money still, so.
How much do you want for it?
They were 4 to make whatever you feel like. If
For what to make?
Okay, I'll give you
Uh,
5 gold.
4 gold each to
What are
make.
they? Minor or lesser?
They are the minor ones, the first level ones that do 1d8 healing, but they don't go.
They are a permanent consumable item. Basically, they are
Yeah.
until you use them, they are there.
Unlike mine.
Or I cast disjunction on you.
You
know what disjunction won't affect? My shit.
I know.
said it was 4
Yeah.
silver, Naughty?
4 gold each.
4 gold? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's how much
they're
it costs to make them.
pretty
That's
You
all.
tried.
That's you're getting it at
Let's,
cost.
let's stop and realize how much money that Naughty and I are saving you all by making this shit for you very easily.
When we bought them, like from the guy, it was a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
And
Oh no. I think that, well, that's because Greenford charged an up thing, but normally there are 4 gold each, but if with time, the people who make them can make them for a lot less than 4 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elixirs of Life go for like 3 gold each, and I'm
Yeah.
passing that shit out for free every day.
Well, those ones you get though for free each day for the
Yeah,
temporary
yeah.
ones, right?
Those are
Okay.
because of the class feature, for however you want to flavor it.
They're not permanent.
Yeah, if alchemists find a way to make a short duration workaround.
You just need that spell to make them last 24 days, right? That mythic
I don't-
power?
I don't do Oh no, that shit won't affect an alchemist. Those aren't spells. Though I really, really do like that mythic power. Woljiff has never been more useful to me than when he can buff everyone with freaking resist to all energy types.
Alright, just so you guys know, I'm going to stop us here tonight before we hop off the boat on the next day to go into the swamp and up the river. But I do have a question for you guys. I was thinking about this earlier today. Because it's coming soon. How do we want to handle downtimes for everybody? I want this game, I know you guys are like evil, but I want things to be more open. Like more discussed during sessions and so forth, so everyone knows, kind of like the whole shopping thing. You can't go shopping by yourself.
Noxie and I are dating. That kind of.
That's TMI.
Oh my.
As he's just seen the Newell staring daggers from the window.
But
I know the group is ranging from neutral to evil. I know
everyone
it's
is evil of some sort.
of some sort, though there hasn't been a lot of opportunities to really show it yet.
Oh, there will be.
There will be opportunities for it to show, but we're all
Chapter 2, baby.
But we're all at least assumedly of the lawful variety. I have no problem with doing downtimes front and center, because Raz would probably be front and center with it anyways. But at the same time, I also know there's going to be a lot of things that we would want to do that may not interest a bunch of other people. Like, I'm pretty sure Krugga ain't going to give 2 fucking shits about what the hell Raz is doing in the meantime when we get to a real town.
But as a player, I'd be interested.
I mean, I know Fable might be interested, but... So, I guess ultimately I'm good with going either way, really. Whether people want to keep their downtime stuff to themselves or involving people who it directly involves or keeping it open.
I'd like to keep a lot of it open because I'm trying not to do too many private messages and all that kind of stuff. Just do everything more above board so it keeps other people kind of and you learn more about each other's characters and more of the story.
Yeah, just
And
like
I mean-
I know a lot of people here like Critical Role. It's like even like their secret stuff is out in the open, and it makes it more entertaining for not just the audience but the people at the table as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
there's-
I don't know how the rest of you will be doing your character stuff as well, but Raz, as far as the stuff I have planned, I don't know how it'll all pan out, but the stuff I have planned, he intends to be fairly straightforward with you all. You know, if
Like
he
the
does-
first. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's basically it. It's just basic. There's no reason for him at the moment, anyways, for him to not be upfront with you all about shit, because you've all shown yourselves to be at least useful, I guess is a good way to put it. So I have no problem with being more open about stuff, because Raz would probably be pretty open about that stuff with at
Noxia
least
is very
you lot.
useful.
Certain individuals, which could be good for
Glizzy.
morale overall. Hey,
And
as long as
number
she keeps
13 wasn't that useful.
as long as she keeps Glizzix under control, then more power to him.
No one can control the Glizzy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, even if we're playing an evil campaign, I don't think as a group we've ever been player versus player. You know what I mean?
Like you can be evil without
and
trying to
we have that.
stab each other.
Yeah.
We've done a little bit of that, but it's mostly like arm wrestling or like I push this person or shit like that.
Right.
like
Right,
one
like
or two hits, and that's
yeah.
about it.
The
Yeah,
worst
or-
thing
or-
we did is when I sent
like
a
a-
kill squad after Mystic's character.
Which game was that again?
That was the first one.
No, the kill squad was coming after you, Selena.
No, when I sent the dragon cultists to go kill Mystic's fighter.
Oh,
no.
yeah. That guy was
Yeah,
bad.
my just absolute dick of a paladin.
I mean,
Wasn't he
even Belluar was evil for like half that campaign, but he never worked against you guys. You just didn't know the shit he was getting into.
Well, I mean, I think we all understand as well that evil doesn't mean you have to literally screw over people who are useful to
That
you.
is why I made you all be lawful evil.
Yeah. You can be
Like
evil
Sister Mary.
and still have loyalties to people, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Sister Mary.
Wait, you're made a deal with Ball? Don't worry about it. It's all
that's
fine.
cute.
Okay, second. But
That's cute.
Wait a minute. I thought you worshipped the sun god. What's up with you worshiping the god of murder all of a sudden? No. It's just a side
Same guy.
contract.
Same guy.
Arcanus is just twirling his thumbs, looking awkwardly at the camera.
Freelance work. That's all.
That Arcanus thing was that secret was good, Ishi.
What secret? We knew exactly what he was going to do the entire time. He told us that he needed something from him. Like, it wasn't like a secret. It's like, oh, we have a common enemy. I'll be with you until that point, and then I'm out. And that's exactly what happened.
I just like hearing the stories for the other people. I feel like we missed a little bit in Traveler, just because we
The
didn't
game
get to
kind of
hear everything.
died though, so we couldn't.
It did, but there's still parts that I wanted to learn about the other characters, and that's why I like doing it out in the open, even if we have to try and, okay, don't be meta about what you're going to learn, but enjoy the story, you know?
Yeah.
That's part of it. And if people sit back and see what, Glizzy does this and this, well, that'd be cool if maybe, if he did that, then maybe I could try doing this. I mean, it gives people ideas of what they might be able to do, because you may not think of, what do I want to do with this character, until someone else does something. It may not be the same thing, but you're like, oh, I guess I can do kind of anything I want to do.
I'm still not even fucking sure what I'm doing with Galgrim yet.
Isn't that normal for all your
Being
characters?
a weird loner.
No, most of my characters are pretty. I have a decent idea with most of my characters. This is just
No mystic character in the game I run has a clear goal idea.
Solomon
How
had a
about-
clear Solomon had a clear goal, but it was just I'm bored and I'm retired and I want to go do something. And